going to TwitchCon San Diego.
To TwitchCon San Diego!
Let's go!
How much more effort can they put into this game to at least solidify their win position right now?
They could steal first place. This could be everything for them in these final moments.
Oh my God!
Make some noise!
It's just an absolute massacre right now. No survivors. It just doesn't seem as though it's going to let up anytime soon.
If I can qualify to San Diego, everyone can.
It's time for day 2 of Twitch Rivals action, coming to you live from TwitchCon. I'm Wavepunk, and I'm somewhere in the audience. You guys don't even know where I am. Oh, I'm over here. Hello, how you guys doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me, folks. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. They had no idea I was here. How are you guys doing at home? Welcome to the show. We had a crazy day of Balloon World Cup action yesterday, and today we're going back to our roots, but also going to something we've never done before. We're playing Minecraft MOBA? We're playing a MOBA to Minecraft? How's that gonna work? We got so many wonderful people. Look at all these wonderful fans. You all look lovely, by the way. I hope you're doing great. Listen to the crowd. They are ready. There's nothing like a Minecraft crowd, let me tell you. We found some of the best Minecrafters in the world. Also 5-ups here. So we'll see how all those people compete. I can't wait for it. I hope you guys are ready for a good day. Twitch Rivals, are you ready? Woo! I'm Wavepunk. I've been here for a long time. These people have been here just since like 5 minutes ago, and they're ready to see a show. We got some wonderful people over on the desk. Glitter, how you doing?
Wavepunk, I am fantastic. Thank you very much for that. The crowd is fantastic. They've been crushing it all morning. I'm your host, Glitter Explosion, and I am joined by our lovely ladies today, LaTigress and Kara Corvus. I mean, after how hyped the crowd is, are you guys ready for today?
Of course. We already got so much action going yesterday, and now we get to switch things up. I'm super stoked for it.
I am also incredibly stoked. Minecraft, as you know, is one of my main games. We have an amazing crowd, amazing community to support all the players, and I'm so ready to go.
All right, are you guys ready to watch your favorite Minecraft streamers compete today? All right, you love to hear it. Well, what a weekend we have going on here at TwitchCon. Now, if you're wondering what this is day 2 of an action-packed Twitch Rivals slate. If today is anything like day 1, we are in for a real treat because we had an absolute blast yesterday with the Balloon World Cup Regional Championships, and we do have a highlight package of everything that went down yesterday. So let's take a look at that because there was so much action. We have to talk about it. Obviously, we had our walkouts with all the talent to kick things off. LaTigress, it was Canada and the US both competing for a spot to Barcelona.
A lot of regional pride that was shared by those that competed in this. The first time we've gotten to do something like this at TwitchCon, let alone at all when it comes to the Balloon World Cup for North America.
Very, very exciting. Kara, you can see here, there was commitment, okay? They left it all out on the floor. These dives were insane.
Oh my God, the flair that they show when trying to get the balloon, like you can see some really amazing moves, especially like right here, jumping down, sliding for the balloon. It's crazy. The athleticism is insane.
Right? There were plants that may or may not have been sacrificed throughout this entire thing. Then when we wrapped up that Canadian side of the bracket, the finals were Dreads versus MD. Dreads taking that one home. And then we move on over to the US side of things, LaTigress, and this one had a little extra flair.
Yeah, things are really heating up until this point. Everyone that made it to the finals were such strong competitors. Nesua actually popped a balloon prior to this moment.
Yes.
Even flexing his biceps beforehand. And when it hit this 5-minute timer for the finals as well, you really saw how much effort they were putting into it.
That's actually true, Kara. This was 5 minutes in the finals. They didn't realize how much cardio they needed.
Yeah, I mean, I just walk on the treadmill for like 3 minutes and I'm puffing and sweating. So the fact that they were able to keep it up for 5 minutes straight is insane.
Not to mention, okay, obviously US finals, that was Nesua in the blue, Keem in the black, and they had a lot of fun with this one. 2 very, very good sports. To be fair, everyone across the board, fantastic sports, really exciting to watch. But Keem, not gonna lie, might have been one of my favorites. Some really sweet dance moves there at the end. And Keem, the winner of our US bracket, was very, very hyped. Not only did he have the moves, but he also had the words. He gave a really cool speech at the end of his win, so we're gonna check that out.
Listen, this is what Twitch.tv is all about, everybody. I would have never thought that I would be at Twitch Rivals and I would win this competition. So listen, if you're a smaller streamer, bigger streamer, if you believe in yourself, if you're passionate, you could accomplish it. Shout out to the IRL community. I love you guys. My community will keep them forever. Let's go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. You guys are awesome. And W staff in the chat for Twitch Rivals, baby.
Listen, anybody really can do it. He now has punched his ticket to Barcelona. It's going to be a very cool experience. But that was just day one, okay? Today the players are back behind the keyboards for 2 amazing events. Now, later on, we've got the Apex Legends mode mashup with some huge Apex stars, and you obviously know I am wildly excited for that one. But moments from now, we're kicking off the first ever, like Wavepunk said, Minecraft MOBA. Now, this is a custom server created by Pikaclicks specifically to be unveiled here during TwitchCon, okay? So let's see who's here to take the first crack at this brand new game mode, because it's time for us to take a look at the reason all of the crowd is here, which is our teams. We're gonna take a look at Team Kratzy first. Let's start talking about it. Every single squad obviously has recognizable people, Kara.
Definitely, and I know Dave Kratzy. He makes the best teams. He himself is an amazing player as well. So he has Sneak, Snag, Boomer, Tapple, and Gumi, which are all amazing players, and I can't wait to see how they do.
And then also on that side of the stage, we have Team S Major, okay? Gonna keep on moving down the list. You know they love them.
Oh yes, S Major bringing through the crew. We've got JoJo, we've got CPK, Orange Juice, and Fruit Berries. I love seeing the way that these teams have been preparing for today and the energy that they are grabbing from the crowd here to support them.
And then on the other side of the arena, we of course have Team Hannah Rose. The crowd loves them, Kara.
Oh my God. Hannah's amazing, right? We've got Hannah, we got Puns, we got Foolish, Awesome Dude, and Sylvie. Can we get some hype for them? Let's hear it, let's hear it. Hannah knows how to work the crowd.
Final team. A little Sylvie love. Our final team on that side of the arena is, of course, Team Purpled. Latigress, let's close this one out.
Got Purple coming through with Ian Frost. We've got Snifferfish 5 up, and he's so ready to take to the action today. A mixture of the familiarity of Minecraft with a whole new mode.
It's going to be a really, really fun day as we get to see the rest of our streamers up there. They are settling in, getting themselves ready for today. And I know you might be thinking, Minecraft MOBA? How does that work? Well, I've got a breakdown for you, okay? So obviously 20 players are up here, and they will be the first ever to play this custom Minecraft MOBA server. They are split into 4 teams of 5 going head-to-head in a straightforward bracket. Now, this is a single elimination tournament with a 3rd place match for the teams that do lose in round 1. All matches are best of 3, and we should have fireworks from the start as teams try to gain an early advantage. All right, now, Pikaclicks has created a classic 3-lane MOBA inside Minecraft where wither bosses function as towers, end crystals function as inhibitors, and you must slay the enemy dragon to win each game. Not only that, but there are some crazy cool maps that we get to see today, Latigress. I'm excited for that.
These are the kind of maps that make me want to actually dive into the screen and just live there, maybe eat a little bit of candy off of some trees and hint at some of what's to come. But I really admire the work that was put through to not only lean into the MOBA setup and have a lot of that architecture, but just the beauty of the scenery. I mean, come on, look.
Literally everything Pikaclicks and their crew do, it's always beautiful, but obviously a MOBA isn't a MOBA without the characters, Kara, so we even have those to talk about.
We do. We have 9 very unique characters, some of them voiced by a few people you may know.
Like Kara. Like Kara.
And there's also Scott. There's a lot of people who voiced them, all right? But they are all super unique. They have like all unique ultimates, all unique skills. They even have backstories and lore. It's insane. You guys got to read up on them. You guys got to see them in action, and I personally can't wait.
Yeah, a lot has gone into this, and of course, they're not only up here playing just to compete against each other, there is some money on the line as well. So here is the prizing breakdown. We've got $3,000 going to each player from the winning team. Okay, it's a lot of money, and then the team that loses both matches will still take home $5,000 as a group for a total prize pool of 35K big ones. All right, now, Kara, how excited are you to see all of these unique maps, characters, and this unique format?
I am so excited because while they may be Minecraft players first and foremost, I don't know how many of them are actually familiar with playing MOBAs. So I'm very, very excited to see the strategies they come up with, how they incorporate their Minecraft skills into more of a MOBA setting, and I honestly am so excited.
It's going to be a fun one for sure. But first, it's time for Brave Stakes presented by Crypto.com, where our analysts put their word on the line with a bold prediction of something that will happen in today's event. Now, we need you to own this moment with conviction and commitment. So what will it be? We'll start with you, Latyrus.
All right, I'm making my prediction. I believe that Team Purple is gonna take the whole thing all the way to the finals and shut it down.
Who thinks Team Purple might win this whole thing? Ooh, I don't know, Gabby.
We have some believers.
That's bold.
I believe in
That's
you for
definitely
believing
bold.
in Purple.
All right, what do you got, Kara?
So I think Team S Major will bring it home. He has an amazing lineup. He has my personal favorite player of all time, JoJo Solos. Right? Any JoJo fans? Come on. Everyone is. Everyone. And I think they're going to do really well.
All right. Well, those are definitely some interesting predictions. We'll check back later in the show to see if their Brave Stakes paid off. Crypto.com, the official global cryptocurrency platform of Twitch Rivals and the fastest growing crypto and NFT platform. Fortune favors the brave. Now, the players are loading into the lobbies for our first match, and the crowd here can't wait to see them launch into Game 1. We're slaying Minecraft dragons. Coming up next, this is Twitch Rivals, live from TwitchCon.
Welcome back to the Twitch Rivals Arena presented by Verizon. This is day 2 of TwitchCon San Diego, and we are ready for the madness that is our first ever Minecraft MOBA. For everyone watching at home, it's time for Guessing with Duncan, where you have a chance to win by predicting the outcome in today's first game. Check out the polling widget, the Twitch Rivals extension. Make your predictions and watch your name shoot up the leaderboard. Be sure to keep your eye on the polls for new predictions throughout the game. Enter !Duncan in chat for the full rules. Now let's get over the disc for match number 1.
All right, things are getting set up, sorted, and ready to go. Obviously, match number 1 right around the corner. We kind of need to talk about this game mode a little bit here because, like we've said a few times, Minecraft MOBA. Okay, people might not know what to expect. We have a resident MOBA expert with us up here on the sofa today, and we have some cool videos that we can play in the background so you can kind of see a little bit of what you get to go through in these maps, the Tigress.
Yeah, I do love me some MOBAs, so to keep it very basic for anybody that doesn't know, the objective, trying to get to the opposite side of the map and destroying, in this case, the Ender Dragon to win it all. You have a few things along the way. You have the Wither Towers that'll become your obstacle. You want to get through those crystals. We've got these different camps that'll be popping up through that give you gold and give you XP so that you can upgrade your team, upgrade yourself individually to really lean things in your favor. I think one thing I love is the way that he integrated. Obviously, it's a lot of elements that it's in Minecraft, right? So all of the monsters that we're going to see, a lot of the shop things, for instance, very, very familiar to those watching.
100%. So the fact that the dragon is the ultimate boss you have to kill, that is 100% Minecraft. We got the Wither Towers. The Wither is an actual, a bonus mob you can get in Minecraft, which is really nice to see. And then they have a whole bunch of other passive mobs directly from the game and some custom ones, which I'm very excited to see as well.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot for everyone to be paying attention to, but here is our bracket, okay? And let me explain how all of this is going to work. Now, Team Hannah Rose is going to be going up against Team Kratzy, while Team Purple goes up against Team S Major. Both of these matches will be running at the same time, but remember I said earlier, it is a best of 3, so we're going to jump in with Team Hannah Rose versus Team Kratzy first for their first game, and then we'll jump onto Team Purple versus Team S Major for their second game. And then depending on how they play out, we'll make sure we get these scores updated for y'all so you can stay up to date with everything. But it's going to be very interesting. Whichever squads lose, we'll drop down to that 3rd, 4th place match, and then whichever ones win, we'll move on through to the finals. All right? There's a lot to keep track of today, lots of new information for everybody that is in the crowd, but I'm excited for it. Any non-prediction, just expectations. Based off of the fact that there's a lot getting thrown at these streamers that's completely new today.
I am curious to know how much they end up adopting traditional MOBA aspects, because one thing that Kara had touched on at the beginning of the show was we have these 9 different characters they can play, right? And they very much fall into the archetypes of the type of characters you would see in a lot of MOBAs. So do a lot of them say, hey, we always need a healer, and everyone's gonna run Angel, which we'll talk about more when we actually get into the game? Or do they go a whole completely different strategy and just go towards one portion of the map and ignore everything else? I think there's just a lot up in the air for what we can expect.
Definitely. And then Minecraft itself is more of like a solo kind of game, but MOBAs, very much a team aspect sort of game. So I wonder if they can actually mold their strategies into more of the MOBA type thing where they can do the team fights, they take the advantages via numbers instead of just solo skill.
I love it. I love it. Well, if we want some insider information, we might be able to get it right now because we do have Reflection standing by with Hannah Rose.
All right, we're about to get ready for game number 1. We got Hannah Rose ready to go. Hannah, how's everything going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. We're in person again since 2019. How have the fans been? You've been walking around, I'm sure.
Oh, they're so sweet. They're amazing.
So you're getting ready for game number 1. Now, I know you know Minecraft a little bit anyways, right? I think you do. But how about the MOBA aspect of it? Minecraft MOBA, it's going to be a bit different.
I don't know anything about a MOBA. I don't know what a MOBA is, honestly. But I know Foolish and Puns do, and Sam, so we'll be okay.
So that's great to know. You assembled your team. Let's go through that a little bit more in depth. What were you thinking when you said, okay, I got to play with 4 others. I'm going to pick who I'm going to pick?
Honestly, I just chose some of my best friends, and I thought it'd be a fun time.
It is going to be a fun time without question. Now, you're going against Kratzy to start off. You got any words maybe for the other side? That's going to be your opponent after all.
They're going to need some luck. That's all I'm going to say.
Gonna need some luck. I like that. Hannah Rose ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hannah Rose. It's gonna be a fun time. Glitter, take it away for game one.
I love it. The confidence. To be fair, Hannah does have a lot of wins under her belt for these Rivals events. So I would be a little bit afraid of that team, but there's so many skilled players up here in general that I think it's going to be a really, really tough competition. Now, final piece of the puzzle, though, is that, of course, this is Twitch, which means chat always has a little bit of a say in what we have going on here today. So we've got some really cool interactive elements that they can be participating in. Now, if you guys are in chat, make sure you are using your channel points because, one, you can use your channel points to spawn mobs with your Twitch handle on them while they are playing. That is pretty cool. And then, of course, you can enable party mode, which is your channel points being pulled together to trigger confetti blasts for every single time a mob is slain. Or you can cast your predictions throughout the game with various polls on who's going to do well, what's going to happen in the game. So make sure you're hanging out in Twitch chat as well. If you're at home or even if you're in here in the audience, take your phones out if you want to join in on that. Some really, really cool stuff. All right, match number one, right around the corner. We heard how confident Team Hannah Rose is. I'm assuming that everyone else is also on that level. So I think that game number one will probably be the most important because nobody knows how the other squads are going to play yet. Strategies haven't really been nailed down, so it could be like a little bit of that surprise element, Latigris.
Who's going to be the most adaptive? Who's coming in with a set strategy on how they want to approach these different games? I feel like there's reasons to go either way. Wait until you see what everyone does or form your own plan. But I really liked what I heard from Hannah when saying that there are other people on my team that know about MOBAs. I feel like that's trickled through a lot of these different camps of teams we're seeing, and it's all going to come down to that communication.
Oh, 100%. Even last night at a party, 5UP came up to me and he was like, hey Kara, you got any info that you can give me? And I'm like, I don't really know much either, dude. It's up to you. You got to figure out the strategies, got to figure out the skills, man.
Well, it's about time for them to get to figuring out because our first match is ready. Is the audience ready? All right, we've got a timer. Help us count it down, guys. First match of the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it.
Oh, I am so stoked to get into this matchup. The gameplay is finally coming through, Kara. We have been looking at these fly-throughs. We have been watching from the sidelines, and now we get to see it all in action.
I cannot wait. Even just flying through these maps, just initially. Oh, they are just starting right out the gate. They're starting right now.
So we are coming along the perspective of Hannah Rose currently.
Let's go. Let's go.
And this is what I was wondering. Are they just going to go towards these mobs? Are they going to go elsewhere? You can hear Hannah talking about the fact that they're fighting, already taking it down with Gracie, and she goes down right at the start.
So there's already a giant battle for this big mob. I think it's a tier 3 mob.
Oh yes, and when it comes to the tier 3, the important thing to know between them, you get so much more XP and so much more gold than you do from the other camps, but that means you're taking more damage. It's much more ruthless when it comes to actually achieving the end game of these camps.
Exactly. Even just damaging the tier 3 mobs gives you a big mana boost, which you're gonna need for the ultimates, because the ultimates take between 1,500 to 2,000 mana just to put them on.
Yeah, walking you guys through some of the details of what you can expect here. I love that we get to see some of these overhead views because in a MOBA, it's so important to see where people are going, where they're pathing. I hear a lot of shout outs here for Sneak Snack on Team Kratzy. But I think those ultimates that you are speaking about are going to be very, very important. We talked about the mana cost that it takes. So when you go and you take down a lot of these camps, you'll start building up that blue bar at the bottom. And once it's full, they'll be able to actually execute.
So it looks like Team Kratzy has a lot of control over the Devil's Food Cake right now, which is going to be very imperative for any team fights that are going to happen later on. It looks like we actually have... No, that's not an ultimate yet.
Getting there,
We're getting there. I cannot wait to show you guys the ultimates. They are amazing.
It is really going to be a good time to see how all of these players do utilize the kits that they have available. Lots of shots from Boomer.
Skippy, what the?
Getting into it, does manage to pick up a kill, gaining a little bit more. I think that when it comes to the characters and who they are playing, you really have to consider that and what they offer to these different kits because, for instance, what we're witnessing right now, this is the Great Mage. A lot of people are familiar with magical DPS, trying to get the damage through a lot of your spells. So you've got this primary cast that is basically a blast of damage that you can use. It's ranged. And then the ultimate, that kind of carrot that's in the inventory right there, that's what's representing the ultimate. So once that mana is charged all the way up, you can go completely invisible. Think about how that's going to come into play.
That's going to be amazing for sneaking objectives, sneaking around, maybe getting a pincer attack even. And we have Sneeg playing Daedra. That is the archer character.
That's you.
That's me. How was it recording the voice lines for one of the characters in game?
Everybody, y'all want to give it up for Kara and all of those that did the voice lines for the characters? How dope is that?
Yeah, we got Scott doing some voice lines, Sniffrish doing some voice lines. Everyone did such a great job. I'm really excited to see how they utilize all of the characters as well. Oh, we have a fight going on. Boomer gets decimated by Hannah there.
Falling to the wayside. And of course, in a MOBA, just like a lot of the other modes that Minecraft players are familiar with, you do respawn, you're coming back into it, but if you're far onto the map and you're towards that other objective rather, so punishing. Pun's getting some love here today.
Something to note is they cannot switch characters mid-battle. Once they pick a character, they are stuck with that character, so they got to make the best of it.
Exactly. So Pun's here pretty much completely locked in to the character that he's choosing to play, which is Ingus. Yeah, Pyro, you gotta have a Pyro in.
You gotta have a Pyro.
Every MOBA, every kind of team class-based game, but they're going right for it. They're trying to get that high stakes with the with the 2-3 mob here, but they have some opposition. A full-on 4v3 team fight.
Team Kratzy coming in to stake their claim on the Devil's Food Cake.
Because this is one of those neutral objectives. Both teams can go off of it. So if you see the enemy taking it on, we're seeing this range really come into action to be able to hit them with the arrows, some of the abilities within these character kits, fully optimizing that.
So we only have Sneeg and Tapple facing 4 of Hannah's team.
It's okay.
Oh no, we have some reinforcements now. This is great. It's gonna be a really big team fight, and whoever gets control, it is almost dead. Whoever gets control can finish it and get all the rewards.
Oh yes, and Devil's Food Cake, look at that HP bar as well. So that's one thing, you're damaging it, you're trying to damage the enemy team. You want to get that advantage to be able to finish this off, to reap the reward of the work that you have put in. But they're keeping it long range. It seems like all of the melee characters are having a bit of difficulty really engrossing upon the enemy team. It goes down.
It was killed by... That was killed by Team Kratzy. I was afraid there was going to be a snipe in there. You could see one of the archers trying to get the last hit, but it looks like it did not work.
I wonder if we're going to get any steals today.
That'd be very exciting.
For the
down goes Sylvie.
Yeah, so that spawn timer starting up, taking a bit more time before coming back into it.
Sneeg putting in some work, a double kill.
It seems like the teams are really focusing on the skirmish. This is the first time that we have somebody coming up to one of the Wither Towers, but the defense is strong, starting to take down some of the enemy team, engrossing upon it. Kratzy ends up getting eliminated in that exchange by the tower.
Yeah, one of the most important rules in MOBAs is don't fight under the tower, and I think Team Kratzy just found that out.
And these towers do a lot of damage. They take a lot of accuracy to be able to shoot back and take them down. And again, sometimes when you're all the way in the enemy base.
What a shot. That was an amazing shot by Foolish.
You pick out, okay.
Way from downtown, getting a couple of trades back and forth here too. Not exactly one team fight wavering in the favor of another. I feel like of all of the maps too, this is one of the ones that's a little easier to traverse across. Some of the other ones have deeper canyons and things you have to make. But everyone right now just kind of taking that beeline towards their next objective.
Everyone just getting some mobs in, going to the jungle, doing some jungling, trying to get back some gold, get back some mana and some experience.
we've got a couple eliminations. Boomer with a double kill right now. That's always going to feel good when you're getting that extra DPS for your team and really improving that KD.
That's my boy Boomy. That's my boy last Boomy. Minute third kill by Boomer. Good job, Boomer.
Hey, the triple.
That's my guy right there. Okay, so all right, Dave trying to take down the Wither Tower. Ooh, that does a lot. Oh, that's Sylvie. Sylvie coming in, defending her tower.
Oh my goodness. So it looks like Team Kratzy getting some advantages here in terms of the kills. So remember everyone, you have to take down the tower before you can take down the crystal behind it. And it's not until you take down all 3 crystals that you can then set your sights on the dragon to take the overall W for the game. And that's why everyone is really focusing down on one at a time as a team to try and push their way through.
Exactly.
So there's personal...
Ooh, Hannah giving the calls. I know, me too. I was gonna say Hannah giving some calls to her team, being the strategist that I know she is.
Yeah, would you say that she's a really good shot caller based on competitive experience?
Oh yes, she is an amazing team leader. She makes amazing calls. She really analyzes the situation very well.
I am wondering, so awesome dude here, who unfortunately falls to his death, is playing Angel, and that's the one that I called out. Are a lot of people going to feel, hey, one of the easiest things to strategize is let's make sure we have that healer. The primary ability does offer an AoE heal, so you're not just giving that advantage to yourself, but for a team. So if you do go and want to go for the team fight, it's such a valuable resource to have. Hannah, be careful! Be careful!
Oh, Hannah being chased. Hannah does not even see Dave behind her.
A true backstab.
Oh my gosh. Another thing to say about the healer, the ultimate is amazing. Gives you 10 hearts of buffer when you go into a team fight to every single person on the team.
It is absolutely insane. And when you get that, it's basically 10 absorption that does go to yourself and the allies. And this is one of those 1,500 mana, so not as long as, let's say, Tulip Bot, but kind of somewhere right there in the middle. Oh no. Awesome dude sees him coming. Oh, right in the side of the head. We get Hannah Rose now with the double kill. There was a little bit of captain on captain action earlier. I wonder if there's any tension between the two with their names on the line.
She's like, there's Dave. Gotta go for him.
Gotta finish him off.
Okay, let's go, Sam.
I wonder when you think about the times when you're playing Minecraft and you're coming on through. Well, we got a little bit of action. I'll pause on that.
I'm out of arrows.
Sneak trying to back up. He is a ranged character, so trying to get that range against Awesome Dude.
Almost trying to really kite this out. Step back and get the hit, but on the retreat.
Not quite.
Nah, couldn't make it through. But I do wonder, do you feel like having all the candy canes and everything around are just harder to find these angles because they're fighting straight down the lane only with the vision? Apple. Here's my base. It's a safe place.
Oh my.
So Awesome Dude chasing Temple back into his base. Boomer trying to protect everyone.
Yeah, I feel
Gumi
like we just can't
taking
push like that.
Was that Gumi? Tapple taking on Awesome Dude. Dave taking on Hannah again.
Oh man. So Hannah in a lot of these exchanges getting a couple kills before she goes down though. Gumi, we haven't gotten too much a chance to ride along Gumi's perspective here from Team Kratzy.
So Boomer just bought Protection 1 for his whole team. When you go to the shop, you can either buy individual upgrades, team upgrades, or items. And looks like Boomer is sticking to the team upgrades.
I'm healing us.
Gumi also playing the healer Angel, so it seems like both of the teams do have.
Yeah. I mean, healers are insanely overpowered in some games.
Oh, but that's why she's got to back up, try and put her body behind Tapple and those that can issue the damage so she can try and heal safely.
Yeah. I think she used her ultimate there.
Oh, and that's going to really increase their sustainability during these fights and off the back of that look.
I dare say that ultimate is what turned the tide of Team Kratzy right here.
I think you're right. I think you're right. They were able to take so much more damage because of the absorption and that instant heal that they received from that. So
definitely
props to Gumi for really being team play oriented. That's what's allowing Team Kratzy to continue to entrench upon the base, and they might have an opportunity to try and take down one of these Wither Towers. Of course, doing that damage basically counts as another ally though for the defending side.
And Team Hannah is already back up, so they did not have much of a chance to do damage to that tower.
It does seem like it's been such a chip away of the towers.
Yeah, the tower's only at 3. It's only taken 3 hearts of damage so far.
Just each time getting another hit or two.
But I don't know if you saw it, but Sneak is playing Daedra, and the ultimate fires 10 arrows a second without even having to charge, and he took out, I think, 3 of Hannah's team.
A lot of the main DPS characters within this now, they're the ones that they get a lot of buffs, a lot of augments to their damage ability, whether it's, you know, increasing attack speed or decreasing the attack delay, for instance, when it comes to Axel. And that means a lot of times the ultimates are a lower mana cost.
Do you want me to farm?
I'm sure Sylvie's understanding of that right now, just trying to get that XP and get that mana. Though currently actually at full. So one thing I was wondering is, do teams try to optimize when they have their ultimate available? Because you want to try and use it so you can start charging up to be able to use it again and not hold on too long.
Yeah, so what they really should do is allow people who don't have their ultimates charged up to go after the mobs instead.
A little bit of shock on the face there from she got taken down.
Yeah, I think he has the kit I had. Was that his ultimate?
Dave trying to snipe at Pons right here.
Looks like they were gravitating towards some of the same camps and catching each other out. There's a lot of cover though within here.
Stuck in a corner. That does not feel good for Pons.
Not quite. That's where the terrain really works against you. Yeah, it's easier to navigate through because you don't have some little hole that you can just fall in, but then, oh, there's an enemy over here, there's an enemy over there, where do I go? I do love these. This bridge looks like
epic.
Wouldn't you, if you were walking across that bridge? Isn't the one where you'd set up your camera, take a picture with the canyon behind you? Does that not look like the perfect like Instagram shot with this map here?
Foolish doing some trolling in the chat. No big deal.
Throwing it all in there. Hey, sometimes that's the best way to get into your enemy's head. A nice thing about having so many ranged players too on your team is just it's a lot easier to approach those objectives in the towers and try and get a couple more hits. You're so vulnerable when you're one of the melees. You can't really do that on your own because you need someone to be able to tank it up. And I was trying to look out. I don't think I have seen the more tanky players use.
I don't think I have either.
Tulabot, for instance, being a traditional tank, and then the Granny as well.
Yes.
You know, kind of a drain tank.
Yeah, I've not seen any tanks on these teams.
Tapple having a good time.
Tapple, Tapple took down one of the towers. That is big.
Oh, first tower going down. Team Hannah Rose now short one of them. Their base becomes so. Oh, this is an ultimate right here. So
that is Ignis' ultimate, yes.
Speeding through, creating a flame wall that lasts for a period of time, makes it so difficult for your enemies to cross it.
Hannah taken down though. Can they get the tower?
There's almost a cascading effect that happens, right, Kara? You take down one turret, all of a sudden that vulnerability for the enemy team, you feel like that you can really start engrossing upon that territory.
Exactly. Oh, looks like Devil's Food Cake has respawned. I wonder if the teams are going to go for it.
That was a big team fight last time. And if anything, it looks like there's a lot of ultimates available, Sylvie having hers, for instance. So if they want to try and use that in this fight so they can really benefit from the mana that they get from taking down Devil's Food Cake.
Dave goes down. Looks like we have a flank coming here, trying to wait for the team to come back. They know not to go in by themselves.
They've got to make sure they either have numbers advantage or at least equality in the numbers here. But because they're not really present over on Team Kraxi's side, Team Hannah Rose, they're able to start getting some of this HP down. Sometimes that can be the advantage to the enemy, though, because if they're waiting, say, yeah, y'all do the grunt work. You do that hitting, you take that damage, and we'll just come through and try and snipe it in the end.
Well, looks like Hannah was taken down. I think they've abandoned the Devil's Food Cake for now.
I think it was just
gonna steal this.
Gonna maybe regroup later.
Yeah, it's just not worth getting it.
Punz is trying to take some of the mobs kind of over on the enemy side. A bit more dangerous to use, so this is the fire around.
That was a good move by Punz, though. Unfortunately, he got sniped.
Push it. I have my plus.
It does feel like a lot of the characters that kind of have these AoE or around them. Oh, I put some fire around me so you can't step up to me. They're having a really difficult time around all of these archers like Daedra that everyone was choosing to use.
Very happy to see Daedra being used. Very happy.
Yeah. I see the smile on your face radiating. I'm happy too. I think that Daedra in general also has a really good kit, and this is a chance here, starting to take one down.
Taking down a second one.
Oh, that's gonna be big.
Trying to get the third. Gumi launched into the air. Oh my god. Oh, she's unfazed. She don't.
I got this. I got
They
this.
have taken down all of the towers, going for the crystals right now, taking down the last one, and then they can just go straight for the dragon and the win.
Oh, they're trying for it. Kratzy and the squad. They're taking down the crystals. They are on the dragon. Can Team Hannah Rose do anything to prevent this from happening? Kratzy
Throwing down all the ultimates. Dave being taken down. Oh my god, look at how there is one heart left.
That was so close, so close.
Oh my god.
I almost wonder if they stuck to the objective.
They might have taken it.
It's one heart.
Team Hannah really needs to buckle down, turtle up, defense. Gumi coming in for not quite. That was a good try, Gumi.
Trying to backdoor over here. Saying, I don't think they see me coming. But you're right. That's the thing. Really, on the side of Hannah Rose, turtling up is the only option that they have. How can they ever go and try and get some of the mobs to level up if their base is so defensive?
Exactly. So here, having a great mage on your team would be amazing. Going invisible with that ultimate, just going back behind everybody, taking those last hits would seal the deal right here.
No, it was so worth it. It was so worth it.
It was so worth it. I love hearing the chime in from the streamers themselves as well while they're talking through this, kind of saying, oh, have you thought about your next move? Have you been tilted by your death there? I think that's one important thing to think, like, all right, it's okay. Reset, venture back into the masses. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Huns takes down Dave.
Getting the elimination. Awesome dude healing him up all the way as well, so he could continue to stay within that engage.
Double hearts? I have gold hearts.
Looks like in the meantime, they took down the Devil's Food Cake.
So getting a nice little boost up here, and you heard him talking about the gold hearts that he has as well. We're really seeing now that everyone's getting their ultimates online faster and more frequently, taking more of these camps, and getting that durability on yourself is going to be so helpful when going into the next team fight, because we're kind of in that territory where one big team fight could end the game.
Can you take it down with arrows?
You have to hit it. You have to hit it.
Boomer coming in, trying to take down Sylvie. Sylvie's the only thing between Sylvie takes him down, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, we have another one coming from behind. Is that Gumi?
Trying to sneak it. Gumi has been so committed to the back door.
Gumi really wants
over
to do
here.
it.
Vibes, my goodness.
Oh, but we got two protecting now. I don't know if she can get in.
Even when taking them down over in the jungle, when they spawn back in the base, it's just going to be really hard to find that numbers advantage. I think that even though it doesn't look like as much of an impact when you see just a little bit of the chip here from an arrow, a little bit of a chip there, it can make the difference. There's just so much HP on the dragon in general where you eventually kind of need just an ending push. Are they
really do. I wonder if they're going to try to get all five, just go straight down the middle. They still have 2 Wither Towers up, so it's not like they're at a disadvantage right now.
And that is one benefit, though, also on the other side, taking down a Wither Tower on Team Kratzy. Hannah Rose's team has opened up some avenue, whereas before it was looking like they were being so suppressed. They've made a lot of movement towards the enemy side, and if you can manage to fight on their side, that's always going to be better for your spawning times.
There's like entrances, and if they rush, like if
Awesome and Sylvie staying on defense. They don't want anyone coming around and backdooring. No. But can Team Hannah actually perform with their team split like this?
They're
Apple fighting her off.
They don't know I'm here right now. They don't know I'm here.
Someone just ran past you.
Boomer on Team Dave trying to get the last couple hits.
Come on, man. Let me hit it. Let me hit it.
Can you do it? Tap it down, is it done? We're getting a bit of a trade back and forth within this team, but he's focusing on the objective.
Still not quite. That is a tanky dragon.
Oh,
that last heart is like
Boomer going for the head, trying to go for the head.
Fuck? I'm trolling. Bro, I'm trolling. I literally
No, you got this, Boomer. You got this.
I think one of the things going on here is Team Hannah Rose has read pretty well what Team Kratzy is trying to do. They've been sending in a lot of individuals, trying to backdoor, trying to find a good angle where they can sneak in and get that damage. And it is the first map. We have to remember, you don't really know until you're in there hitting these how long it's going to take. And that's knowledge they'll be able to bring into the second map and beyond. But right now, having to feel it out.
I don't know if you saw, but Sylvie's actually Tulabot.
That was a shot. That was a shot.
Oh, Sylvie's Tulabot. Okay. So that means that they'll be really set up for these team fight scenarios. They have a tank that can actually really take on a lot of that damage, create that space for their range DPS if they're able to position correctly.
Yeah, leaving their tank on the defense is a very smart move.
No, stop! That's my candy corn.
It's mine! It's mine! Oh! Some snipes coming through. Puns and Foolish picking up the kills.
Oh, trying to take, now that they have an advantage of numbers, they really want to take down these Wither Towers.
It's so much easier for them to even the odds with the damage output they have. They're on a crystal right now. Multiple sword steps.
Gumi here trying to do anything she can to protect the base.
Oh, she's trying. She's trying.
Finally, we have Team Dave back up. Team Dave has respawned. Is it enough, though? Team Hannah got a really good push here.
Yeah, and
they're just standing in the fire. Don't stand in the
right?
fire!
They're so focused on taking down the crystals that they were walking straight through the damage. Awesome Dude coming down, focusing on the crystal right here. There's still a tower right in front to be able to eliminate, though, and once they get that down.
Oh, finally pushed them off, chased them away. No, no, Sam's still coming. There he goes. There he goes.
Get out of here! Get out of here! What you doing?
Killing that cheeky little mob right there.
Dude,
Saying anyone with a big issue?
no, I don't. I have 500. I have 500.
Yeah, you need more mana, Boomer.
Yeah. You can see it kind of ticking up there at the bottom, and when Boomer is playing the Great Mage, you're so much more reliant upon your abilities, and there's a cooldown you can see right there on his primary ability ticking on down, and that'll allow just that damage output at range, but the ultimate quite a while's off. Boomer, if he does...
Dude, we just have to hit the head like once or twice or a couple times. Like,
yeah,
dude,
he
really
really wants to get that ultimate so he can just sneak around.
Yeah, remember everyone, that ultimate is the one that allows you to be invisible. So if you're looking to make a backdoor play here, like has been attempted through, that's the way to do it. They just have so much time until then, so it has to be the team fight instead.
Can you see me back?
Oh, trying to get back, but Kratzy goes down. And now Team Hannah Rose, they're here.
They are turtling in that base. They are making sure their dragon is not gonna get taken down.
He says stop, please. It seems like...
They saw him, they saw him. You can't hide from them.
They know all the places to be.
Tackle taken down by Foolish.
Ow, ow, can I please not be frozen?
I do wonder how one of these teams is going to close it out. Because the defense from both sides has been so good, and they just know, okay, there's no reason for us to exit here when we know they're about to try to take our dragon. So how does somebody finally actually do the
It could be anyone here. Team Hannah Rose has an amazing defense. And clearly we saw they can take on their other team with only 3 players.
Wait,
and it just shows how much they've been able to scale and really use those resources effectively. I'm sure that they were able to garner so much gold from the camp, so it seemed like they were focusing a lot on all of the mobs, particularly throughout their early game, and now have a bit of that power spike.
Gumi says, I hate you. I wonder who that's directed towards.
I wonder. Come on, Dave. I hear from the
Come on, Dave. Sneak taking down Puns. That's going to be really nice. Hannah fighting Dave right now. Hannah takes down Dave.
It's the 1v2. Goes for it. Gets a little help from a friend.
Okay, so 2 are dead. 2 are dead. Push now.
This is a really good opportunity to probably go into the base while they go down.
Yeah, she's calling, push now, let's go, let's go. You see the pings as well for when someone's having their primary ability come off cooldown, saying, yes, I have this tool available. I'm gonna be able to come in with you. Let's try and venture as a squad.
Yeah, so Hannah activated Rabbit's Foot. That's going to make her move.
I'm pushing too.
1.7 times faster.
I'm here.
They're here. She's going in. She wants to get this tower down.
Oh, she's going for it. It's the
She can taste the win.
I got it. Oh, she goes
Team
for it.
Dave needs to get up right now.
I died.
Oh, she
But
got
I-
taken down by Sneak. But she's been getting
Get so much at least.
She got a lot down. Sneak's been taking out a lot of people. A lot of snipes, a lot of pot shots on people.
And it looks like those timers are getting pretty long now
Oh, they
as
are.
well. So you're getting so much more value off of a pick on an individual than you did in the early game.
I wonder if is this like their last push? Sneak and Gumi just going straight down the middle.
Just heal if you need heal.
Right down mid lane, Gumi making sure
Gumi
to
ready
hold
to
back so
heal.
she can heal.
Meeting up with Dave.
Right
Got a
past
strong
the
team here.
camps.
They really want to take them down.
Bump them back.
Ooh, but they're all back up. They are already back up.
Sylvia and Gumi going at it. Kratzy and Sneak Snag, though, they do fall. So
They do
Team
fall.
Hannah Rose coming out with the advantage in that fight.
Oh, taken down.
An awesome dude isn't quite with this team, though, to be able to offer the healing when needed, but they did get those kills, so it's not necessary quite
Let me know
yet.
when you want it. Let me know when you want
And
it. Let me
now,
know.
opposite team. Oh my gosh! Punch going straight for Dave's Dragon. Can they get there? And Team Hannah Rose wins.
Team Hannah Rose. A strong start here in map number 1. The first time we're getting to see this creation. And what a finish to it.
I cannot believe it. Team Dave trying the whole game to backdoor. And Team Hannah with punches going straight in. No one saw it coming. No one could stop it. And that secured them the win.
I love the excitement that we are seeing from the crowd.
All right, if that's just the first match, I don't even want to know what's going to happen in the finals. We have Reflection standing by with Team Hannah Rose, our winner.
I cannot believe that comeback just happened. Hannah, I've been looking at competitive games for a long time. At a certain point, I was like, it's over with. Kratzy's taking game 1. I was already set up the interview. Now I'm over here at the sprint. Talk to me about game 1. That comeback was insane.
I can't even believe it. I mean, halfway through, I was kind of feeling the same. I'm like, can we even really come back? But, you know, my team, like, we pulled it together. We started killing the mobs around to upgrade our gear, and we really did come back, and it was really cool.
Insane, right? Insane. She came back, I think, 15 eliminations, if I'm not mistaken, or for you. Yeah, for you. You were tearing it up. You absolutely destroyed it. And we came in, the first interview, MOBA. What's a MOBA? I don't even know what that is. All of a sudden, you're coming back like that. It was absolutely incredible. So going through your mind, personally, were you the shot caller with the IGL? Were you just wanting to slay out? What was your game plan?
So I think at first, Foolish and Puns were really calling all the shots, and then I started to understand the game a little bit more, and I was like, guys, like, we have to do this. Everyone in the call, like, clear comms. And but we made it through.
And I know the crowd's happy. Puns ended up taking the victory, right? I know I asked you out there. Look at you. Puns absolutely going insane. I actually want to talk to you real quick, Puns, because you got a lot of fans out there, brother. So what was going through your mind during that comeback?
Well, when I saw our dragon at literally 1 heart, I was like, all right, it's probably over. But then after we had like a team fight and we got like 2 towers and like inhibitors and stuff like that, I was like, oh, maybe we can come back. And I went around and snuck to their base, and I saw Harvey leave, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. And I didn't realize how much damage I was doing to the dragon, but it was enough, and we just cleaned it up.
Sometimes the final words in life. Yeah, crowd love it right over here, Puns. Sometimes the final words in life is I'm just gonna go for it. But for you, it was actually the best thing you ever did. Well done, Hannah, Puns. You all killed it. That's only game 1 though, right? Job's not finished yet. You gotta come back. Glitter, game 2, it's gonna be intense, I'm sure of it.
I'm excited to get into that too. It's going to be a very wild day, I expect, here so far for our Minecraft MOBA. But chat, Guessing with Duncan is now finished. Check out the Duncan leaderboard to see your placement. The top 10 scores win. A friendly Twitch staff will reach out to confirm your participation and your prizes. And you can fall hard at Duncan right now with the delicious pumpkin bakery goods and the silky smooth pumpkin cream cold brew. America runs on Duncan. We're only 1 game into our first match of Minecraft MOBA. Can our losing teams force a game 3? We'll find out on the other side of this break. This is Twitch Rivals live from TwitchCon. presented by Verizon. We're back here in the arena getting ready for our second game of the day. The first one was definitely a headbanger, okay? I'm excited to get into this next one. I think the gameplay is even about to be ready to go. Is everybody ready for the next match? Yeah. We're gonna have to see if it's gonna be another comeback. We also see a lot of people talking about it on social media. Okay, I think we have a little tweet that we want to show here as well from the winning squad. All right, from Hannah Rose. Look at that. Hey,
When did they do that?
right, sneaky.
Sneaky.
You gotta get a photo with the squad, especially when you're doing well, okay? So we'll have to see how their next match goes because game number 2 is right around the corner, and this time we should be jumping on over with the other side of the stage to see what they've got going on.
We got to ride along with Team Hannah Rose and Team Karatzi during the first game. And now it's time for us to visit S Major as well as Purpled coming on through. I wonder how things ended up going in their first game of the day.
I would like to know that too. Maybe we'll find out one day.
One day.
One day.
Some way, somehow. But I know one thing I had the thought of too, because your prediction was for Team Hannah Rose and then mine's for Team Purple. And I was like, there's a scenario where neither of us are wrong until the final. I hope we get that. Oh, but it sounds like
S
Team
Major.
S Major came out on.
I chose S Major.
S Major, that's right.
Oh, so you're beating me out. I'm beating you so far.
Okay, a little sweat coming onto my forehead. I'm sure Team Purple as well, but I want to see how they can pick it up in S Major. I'm sure they have a lot of learnings from the first game. I think we, as well, watching along in the audience too, could kind of see how things are forming, everything clicking for the players.
Definitely. So Orange Juice was just took down Purpled, and Orange Juice gave me an interesting tidbit of trivia.
Ooh.
Did you know he was a magician before?
You don't say.
Maybe he'll bring out some of his tricks to use on the game. Sorry, illusions.
Yeah, all of the put them on the spot if they win the whole team and say, all right, give us a magic trick.
I want to see that.
Party bow. What does that mean? We've got Snifferfish on our screen. They are playing as
Snifferish.
Oh, what did I say? Snifferfish?
Snifferfish.
Snifferfish. Why did I say that? Well, I'm so used to everyone calling them Sniff anyway, so. But Sniff, alongside the rest of the team here, we're on a whole different map as well. And this is what I was thinking, how much are these cannons and everything going to come into play with the damage you can take?
How do you get back up there? Do you have to go all the way around to the bridges?
I guess so. I mean, yeah, when thinking about the kits, a lot of the traversal type.
Oh my god! Scott taking out my piece right there.
It's all right, just getting you out of the way.
Killing the axolotls.
No. It's
not today.
Yes. So
Can't happen.
Glitter is very protective.
Glitter loves the axolotl.
I do. Everyone loves the axolotls.
You shouldn't watch this match.
Turn away.
Turn away, Glitter.
Avert your eyes.
Team Purple going in for the Gum Gum. This is the tier 3 mob that's going to give them a lot of gold, a lot of mana. Orange Juice is just bothering them a little bit. And Frost like, get away, go away.
It's also interesting to see in the first map as well as the one here, multiple teams making the decision to go for the tier 3 really early. It's going to take you longer to take them down. You're a lot more vulnerable for when the other teams fight against you. But at the same time, there is something to be said. If you can get that extreme boost of gold and mana right off the start,
definitely
you can have an easier time. And
Jojo
that's how you get fights like this.
Yeah, frosting around, getting some mobs. You always got to be killing mobs. Always got to be getting that gold, getting that mana.
Okay.
Any advantage is going to be huge in these kinds of games.
Do you think it's going to be hard because some of the camps being there at the bottom, like, you know, making that decision? Weird. Do you go down or do you just ignore them?
Maybe they're going to have someone dedicated just grabbing up all the gold, buying team shop. I don't know.
I wonder if some teams do decide to have a standard jungler.
A jungler,
as
quote unquote.
The one that kind of goes and doesn't really focus on pushing any of the lanes, especially because it's not like you have turrets going down the entire range. You only have these towers around the base.
I need to go.
getting a little bit of action. So Sniffer, you can see kind of the effect there. He's getting a bit of a debuff, and you have to be careful of that.
We switched over to the Kratzy versus Hannah for a second, just to see what's going on over there. It looked like there was a little bit of a team fight that could have been starting, but I think both of them decided to back off. We've played this before. We know what's up.
I think one thing that we did learn from that match. Ooh.
5UP trying to snipe.
I'm chasing Scott right now.
Who is that? Who is that?
Ooh, you got your eyes on 5UP.
5UP just chasing, stalking
I'm down.
this
I'm down
guy.
5UP is partially why I predicted this team to win.
Yeah, 5UP is very into MOBAs, very strategic, has a great mind.
Former challenger player in League of Legends.
Yeah, he told me that, and I was like blown away. I was like, how? That's insane.
It's absolutely wild to be this good in multiple games, right?
Yeah.
And then coming through.
Exactly.
But it sounds like a lot of the teams have some kind of MOBA experience, so.
Yeah. So Team S Major trying to get a good drop on the Gum Gum, trying to fight away Team Purple here.
I'm fighting Purple.
That's my Gum Gum.
Purple's dead.
That's mine. So fast too, playing Banjax.
Jojo got taken down, but so did Purple as well.
S Major focusing on some of the camps, but yes, it's a very different feel because we were just on a map, much more clustered, a lot of terrain to block your range of vision. Here, you have more knowledge of where the enemy team is because it's much more open in that regard.
I'm pretty sure you do lose gold
Definitely.
when you die, so careful with dying with a lot of gold. Yeah, they keep going mid for
Oh, there
slot,
is
I don't know why.
recalling. So Ant recalling back to base, trying to buy some shop items. Purple playing Froska. I think Froska is a very good character, especially in team battles. That freezing aspect, amazing. Just limiting anyone's movement so they can't fight, they can't run, they can't defend. Huge.
I think it's one of those that is very important, but very high skill cap as well, because you have the primary ability being this slow ball rather, and a lot of these are very projectile based.
Oh yes.
It's very dependent upon you landing your shots compared to some more of the other like aura type abilities and such. So a lot of faith in yourself you have to have, but such a good payoff when it works out.
100%. We have CPK. We haven't seen him yet.
Oh, yeah.
CPK also an amazing player, great at strategy. But has he played MOBA?
Do you want to push the tower?
The question on all of our minds, and S Major though, right in the sights, it looks like they're making sure that they move kind of together so that if somebody comes to them while they're taking down these different mobs, they can rush to their aid.
This looks like Team S Major trying to do a little bit of a push on Team Purple's base, not getting very far. Team Purple has their defense down pat right now.
That's why I feel like a lot of these teams lean more into the scaling, lean more into focusing on the camps early, because if you make it up to one of these withered towers and you're just going, yo, tink tink, I just act like a feather when I'm hitting it right now.
Exactly.
Later I want to be an axe coming through.
Yeah, even if you're a good player, if you don't have the equipment to back up your skills, you're not going to go very far.
I've really enjoyed that aspect. I think that Pikaclicks did a
Jojo trying
good
to go
job.
right into Purple.
Oh,
Purple takes down Jojo. Purple still had 2.5 hearts.
Elimination under Purple's belt right now, and trying to step up again.
Team Purple trying to go for Team S Major's base, taking on a little bit of that Wither turret.
I'm literally just swinging. I don't see him anyway.
Jojo also trying to take down in the other base.
Oh, so a little bit of trading back. He's taking so much damage though.
A lot of damage. But she took down that Wither tower to about half, I think I saw.
That's a decent amount, especially for this point in the game. And you can look at that as an advantage when you're comparing the damage that has been done onto both of these towers and coming back over to Gum Gum.
Would you call this early game still, or are we kind of getting into mid game right now?
I'd say it's transitioning to mid game. I was curious to see how long these matches end up going, because I think they're predicted to be around 20 minutes, but we saw how long the end game can be. So right now it feels like everyone's upgraded to a decent amount. You're kind of in that place where you can last around some of these damage output mobs a bit more, and that's going to allow you to really accelerate.
Definitely. So Team S Major working on the Gum Gum right now, not really being challenged at all by Team Purple. Oh, here they come. Is this going to be a team fight?
Oh, but there's still some focusing over on the base. And that's the thing. Okay, do you want to go and get some of the damage around the base, around these towers, or do you want to take down the major tier 3 mob that has...
That's what you have to juggle. But Team Purple, it seems like he made a good decision here. Jojo also doing the same on the other team. Oh, can she avoid Piso? Can she get this down? Not quite. Not quite, Jojo.
Yeah, you can see her turning over to the side, saying so close, almost there. There's one of the towers down for, I believe, Team S Major.
5-up just working on that Gum Gum by himself.
Kind of keeping an eye out. Might be trying to bait something, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like it.
They see, oh, someone's very vulnerable around this mob. Let's go and try and take him down. And really saying, I want to fight. Owen is here.
Getting some backup from his teammates, but also Team S Major is not going to let this go down without a fight. Who's going to get the last hit on this?
Oh, who gets it? You can see the HP bars moving down.
Oh my gosh! Was that a steal by Team S Major right there?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, ended up taking it. So this has been a very different pace, I'd say, than what we witnessed in the opposing matchup. And we're still at that time, though. The timers really aren't that long. You're not too punished yet for falling victim to your opponents.
A little more chill, a little more thought out. Looks like people are trying to make sure they don't get caught out.
And I think that's kind of, we saw,
ooh, Team Purple trying to go in. Purple getting just wiped out without being able to do anything.
A little frustration maybe emerging, have to reset, try and collect. I think right now it's a fairly even map state in terms of both of the teams. Doing that, it's just a tower down on both sides. You still have that reset opportunity. No reason to really be worried just yet. When you're in this position too and you only have about 30% of your ultimate charged up, you do not want to get into a fight. You want to focus on the PvE as much as possible.
However, with Team S Major taking down the Gum Gum, they have all their ultimates ready. I think it'd be very advantageous, and that's what they're doing now. They're going right in. They want to force a team fight. They want to say, hey, we're in your base. We're taking down stuff. You got to respond to this right now.
Definitely. It's the call to action from your enemies, and sometimes you have to choose if you want to give it up right now. And eliminations.
Very true.
Sniffer's taking down Owen. But it was a trade back and forth, so.
It was.
I think we still have a little time until we see those massive big pushes that are kind of going to go and collapse upon the bases.
I agree. Oh, Amfrost is playing the Great Mage, it looks like.
Right now.
It seems like we're seeing a little bit of Great Mage action. Seems like more of a preference thing right now. Do you want to be somebody who's dealing most of your damage with the abilities or not? Because you can't overdo it if you have a Great Mage, but you also have... I feel like the Great Mage and Daedra in some ways have a lot of what they can do in terms of positioning in the team fight, being that ranged DPS. So you could go for both if you have other utility within your comp, but in most cases we're kind of seeing a leaning towards one or the other. Getting some upgrades.
Nice.
This is when things get spicy. Everyone's starting to get a bit more damage output, a bit more.
5-up ready to respond to CPK, but they take down the Wither Tower. Trading a life for a Wither Tower. That's a pretty good trade, I'd say, yeah.
I'd say so. You're going to just spawn back up, and that tower is not. Ranged action here from Purple, wanting to get into the fight. But in the end, it's S Major's team that comes up with the loss.
Yeah, but Team S Major now has 2 towers down, taken from Team Purple.
That's just huge in terms of just at this point, the vulnerability you're forcing on your opponent, the movement that they can make across this map. And when you only have one more to go, because those crystals come down pretty quickly once you have the towers past them.
So it looks like Jojo is playing Granny Goodrop. Very excited to see that. I want to see how she plays.
I like Granny a lot, actually. I think if I were to have to be the kind of tank player on the team where you choose between Granny Goodrop or if you choose between Tulabot, I think having that kind of drain tank ability with some kind of form of damage output is pretty good. It is a very costly ultimate at 1750 mana before you can cast, but it's really just a lot that you can gain from it, kind of having this damage tick on everybody around you with an AoE effect. And if you can start ticking down that damage, then players like Daedra are going to have such a much easier time taking down the opponent.
That is completely true. And Granny Goodrop gets all that health that she damages as well.
She goes, and now I'm strong and I'm beefy and I'm a granny. And I think most grannies would actually just kind of really fall under that pressure.
Voice Granny?
Is that me?
Uncanny.
In another life, in another life. But I am excited that we're seeing such a mixture of the characters as well, because since there's 9, you can't play them all on a single team. But we're starting to see some preferences develop.
Or I started at 7 arts.
Fruitberries was trying, it looked like trying to backdoor a little bit. Decided, no, maybe not. Just gonna go, get some mobs instead.
Yeah, I don't know if we can really stay on him, to be honest.
Taking 2 people, leading them on a wild goose chase, that might be enough to, like, maybe distraction even. But it looks like they realize they're recalling back. They're like, we can't chase him. He's too fast.
Trying to get a bit of a reset, and Banjax is one of those ones, if teams do decide to have a jungler type position, really good for that. And because we're noticing that it's pretty hard to close, I think that having something like the Great Mage and Banjax, whether it's the speed to get in there or that invisibility on the ultimate to do these backdoor scenarios, backdoors, while uncommon in a lot of MOBAs, might be one of the better strategies here today to be able to end.
It might be.
But that's the fun of a day like this, right? No meta forms, nothing decided. We're probably going to have, even by the end of it, a whole different meaning of these teams.
Exactly. What's funny here, 5UP is playing Daedra, and he told me at the partner party, I don't know if Daedra's a good character. Yeah, well, he's playing her. He's playing her.
Maybe he's trying to get nobody else to play her, so that he could be the only Daedra player and really just try to outrange everybody else.
Oh, I was wondering. Everyone's upside down, but looks like upside down mode was enabled. That is so funny.
The
Even though Wither Towers are upside down.
Everything's upside down. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
For bringing this pleasure to our world.
Team Purple taking down a lot of the end crystals, actually. This is big.
Yeah, Team S Major right now, no towers for the defense. They are at the loss of one of their crystals. A big opening that Team Purple can have. And keep in mind, Team S Major did win the first map of this. So if Team Purple manages to tie things up, they will have to go to a map 3.
All right, so upside down is now off. Everyone's back to normal.
Hope nobody got a bad head rush.
All right, no vomiting here.
We keep things clean. We keep things clean. Owen on the retreat though. Jojo saying, "No, I got you. I got you. I'm gonna try and put my body between them."
Oh my God! Purple being taken down. Are they gonna use this advantage to rush the base though?
And there was a double kill here from Jojo.
Oh, I must
Fruitberries taking down 5UP. No, sorry, No, yeah, Fruitberries took down 5UP. Who took down JoJo? Yeah. Unbelievable.
But at least got the double before going down. So,
True.
These fights are so scrappy, chaotic in the best way.
Definitely.
And a lot of times you're just looking who are the last one standing. I mean, Team Purple, because of the deaths that they had, just spawning right back in their base, and that puts them up for this potential defense. They still have one more tower to work with.
It's Fruitberries against the world here. 5 player. Oh, poor Fruitberries.
Trying. I wonder if now we're in that kind of the cascade in of single players trying to just get into that back door. It'll be difficult until you take down
I think I need to
of
join
the
you guys actually
crystals.
pushing. I can't be the defender. Thinking about
It would be quite difficult. Fruitberries was trying to take advantage of his speed there, but he was seen. People saw him and he couldn't do anything about that.
They see me. They see me.
It looks like
they're onto me.
So JoJo looks like she was also trying to do a backdoor, and she's saying, "Oh, they saw me. They've seen me already. I gotta retreat."
I'm at 1 heart.
19 minutes into the game for a bit of time. A lot of these players, they're not focusing on going down below where a lot of the camps are, only when trying to escape aggro, as we just saw from JoJo, wanting to run away from Ant Frost, but Ant Frost got the better.
Fight. It's fight.
Oh, and
they're pushing mid. Daedra's so strong.
playing the Pyro here today in Ingus. A fun lore fact, everyone.
Yes.
I have ulti.
Ingus and Froska,
Yeah, if you freeze up,
the fire and the ice, are siblings. Their family name, Ullabagen St. Dermot Kedrick von Constantine. Big name. Yeah, long family name. Lots of action here, though. Ultimates galore. Defense attempted over here by Team Purple.
This
Owen
is
coming
in
through.
Team S major base. They were all wiped out. I don't know how long the... Oh, is this the win?
We got the base race window and everything.
It is a base race, but it looks like Team Purple is going a little faster. And that is the victory for Team Purple. That was fantastic.
Team Purple evening the scoreboard. We got a classic base race in our semifinal. I could not be more ecstatic.
We saw lots of enthusiasm coming out of Team Purple up on the stage as well. Yet another very exciting matchup. Only in the semifinals, like you were saying. I mean, I will take it because that means whoever does make their way through to finals, it is going to be incredibly close, very well fought, and very well deserved to whoever takes home that top prize. Now, we still have to check in with the bracket at some point so we can give everybody an update on the scores. But of course, don't forget that all of our streamers up here are all streaming their POVs as well. So if you guys want to jump back around from their streams on your phone to check out what we've got going on in here, you can keep up to date with everything on your own as well. Ooh, okay. I'm being told that we're jumping straight into the next game. We want to keep the action going on the other side of things. The other game, not the next game. Hannah Rose's game number 2. All right, versus Kratzy. So let's check out what they've got going on. I don't even know how far into it they are.
It's still going. I wonder what the game state is right now. So it looks like there's no more towers anywhere to be seen. Still some crystals available for Team Hannah Rose.
Just a little bit. Looks like Team Hannah Rose is in the lead right now, but not by much.
Oh, and they're on this map. I was so excited to see this map.
This is a really cool map. Look at all the fire.
Nice, he's dead.
There's no way. Oh my god.
I'm really low, to be honest.
Sneak is mid with an arrow.
We are 22 minutes into the game, so if we're basing this off what we know so far, everyone should be scaled up pretty effectively. Damage output. We're kind of in that one fight territory once again, like the last time that we saw.
Yeah, all the wither towers are gone. Looks like all of the crystals are gone as well. These are bare dragons. These are naked dragons right now.
Naked.
He's not moving.
They're
He wasn't moving.
embarrassed.
That was crazy.
One of them's like, get me out of here, please. We'll see who ends up being the first to do it.
It's just a fight in the middle. Just everyone going after everyone. Looks like Team Hannah Rose might have a numbers advantage right now. Foolish getting some great shots. Double kill just from sniping people from so far away.
Been doing that all day too, feels like. Even in the first game, I was getting some long shots.
Talented boy right there.
I mean, that is a nice thing, like being in a place where I have played with this range in other modes, and now when it's worked so in a kit.
Me and Hannah just killed each other.
Hannah and Boomer taking down each other right there.
The direct trade, as direct as you can get. I just want to know how they're playing around because like, with this map, there's so much interesting opportunities for volatility within these fights. To use it to your advantage, try and output even more damage.
Now, do you have to avoid the fire? Does the fire hurt? Will the lava kill you? I want to know these things.
That's what I was wondering when reading the descriptions and things. It sounded like that may be one of the things here. So I'm kind of waiting to see somebody just get pushed or walk across.
Right in there, yeah.
Is it better to bring like Ingus a fire base mate, or is it not better if you can 2 damage from the fire because you already kind of have AoE plus?
That is true.
Hannah's just running me down.
Oh, Snake trying to back Hannah off of him. Sneak surviving for now. Just trying to snipe behind him. He's saying, stay away. Don't get any closer.
Get back! Get back! Just remain
Go, go, go,
behind
go, go,
the
go.
zombie
Somehow surviving. That was amazing. Oh, we have Team Dave trying to take down more of the crystals. They are attacking the dragon right now. Can they get this done?
There's not many here that are holding the defense, and they're making sure to stay directly on the objective.
Dave trying to protect Tapple here. Tapple going in for the headshots on the dragon. There is so little left on that dragon.
Oh, but the timers are getting there. Over 20 seconds till he spawns.
It's this again.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a rewind.
Playing it back the same way.
Oh, and it happened again.
Team and a row.
We didn't even know. We didn't even see it.
So wow.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, so that means right here off bat for one of our semifinals, we had a 2-0.
And 2 comebacks.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Late game specialists in the house.
Right? They must just be playing better under pressure right now. And if it's working, don't change anything.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that's the right thing to do. Even when hearing Hannah talk in her interview earlier with Reflections, when she's saying, oh yeah, and then later, and I started hitting some of the camps, and it felt good, feeling the level up and feeling that power. We obviously here within the audience weren't watching the first portion of the game, but I wonder how much they indexed into that and said, that worked well before, let's not get rattled if some of our own structures are eliminated early on, because we know how to play around that power spike.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's take a look back here at some of the big highlights from these games, because there were some great moments.
Huns again stealing it for Team Hannah Rose. Oh my God. Definitely MVP.
Yes. That's one of the ones where I would love to go back and watch the streamers' perspectives to hear the call in those moments.
And then, of course, obviously all of the celebration there at the end. And we're very happy with their performance. But it's time for the Verizon checkpoint. Verizon lets you kick lag off the leaderboard. Experience high, ultra high speed, low latency gaming on Verizon 5G ultra wideband in select cities. Now, Reflections is checking in with Sylvie.
We're not gonna lose one.
All right, so Sylvie, well done. You did it again. Look, the crowd is pumped up. They're happy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized. I'm the best. My ego is peaked. I'm so much better than everyone.
Right? And Sylvie, you can honestly say that at this point in time, right? Because those were 2 massive comebacks. You 2-0'd Kratzy. You did a wonderful job, but you were slaying out.
I was on defense in the back, but yeah.
No, you had a couple of kills, though. You were still making it happen. Look.
It happens. It's not difficult for me, you know.
But defense sometimes is better than offense, okay? Because you were protecting everything back there.
Yeah, you know, we would have lost if they killed the dragon, so I would say that it was all me that won, but that's just me.
I love it. Sylvie, everybody, isn't she incredible? So I guess that's a 2-0 victory, which means you're going to be moving forward. Either way, though, it's been a big learning experience. I'm sure of it. Has there been any learning curves for you and your roster?
Well, I've never played League before, so it's a little confusing on like directions and stuff, and I'm a tank, so I don't know. But it's fun. I feel like we're doing pretty well. I have a good team leader and leaders. All of them are leaders. So I'll just do what they say, and it's good. I'm having fun.
Who's the most vocal on your roster?
Vocal?
Like IGL-wise, who's calling the action? Who's saying you need to be here and you need to be there?
I think whatever Hannah says, I listen to.
Whatever Hannah says you listen to. Can you blame her, Sylvie? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Glitter, we're going to go back to you.
Listen, it just seems that the resounding theme right now is still confidence out of Team Hannah Rose.
I was already a Sylvie fan, and now I'm a big Sylvie fan.
Right? All right. Well, that was a lot of Minecraft action so far. We have more in store, so don't go anywhere because this is Twitch Rivals live from TwitchCon. from TwitchCon, game number 3, match number 3. The last one we are waiting on to decide who will be heading into the finals is already going. So I'm going to kick it right on over to the caster so we can get back into it.
Not to mention the clashing of our predictions for who's going to take the entire thing. No big deal, no big deal.
So right.
Down my face.
That's me.
Team Purple. But I think, I mean, ultimately, it's been so fun watching everyone take on this mode in different ways from each lobby that we've hopped into. And we'll see who ends up coming through here. We're 5 minutes in.
5 up already, just going straight for Jerry. It's a Captain Sparkles reference.
She jumped over
Jerry's a great name.
We should start upgrading your armor weapons. We do like
Trying to just protect this area, try to make sure people don't advance.
We are also, once again, on a different map here. I believe this is the ley line. So kind of the jungle-themed, ancient temple type vibe that is used anytime there's a tiebreaker or basically a series goes the distance.
I'm attacking the slime in the middle.
So Fruitberries here is actually pressing shift. That means his name won't show through the wall. So he's trying to sneakily kill Jerry for his team. Will it work? I'm not sure. It looks like maybe the other players are trying to keep the other team busy while he sneaks Jerry. So see if it works.
Jerry also, contrary to the other tier 3, seems like there's a bit more of an encasing in terms of that coverage when you're trying to go for this major objective. Whereas, for instance, we just came from a map the last time that they were playing that was so open and it was so obvious anytime that a team was going to go for a play.
Purple, we're gonna get jumped here. We're gonna get jumped
this
with
one
our
you
gold.
don't really see it as much, which I like about all the different map arrangements. You can't really tell what's going on.
The lack of information is sometimes your most powerful ally if you play it right.
I think Purple can tell there's something happening in there.
There's also sometimes this idea that's often talked about in MOBAs where, oh, the lack of information gives you information of, I don't see them here, they must be here. If you're looking out in this open area and, hey, I've only seen 2 of their players this entire time, they're probably over on Jerry, or at least so true.
5 up, trying to sneak one of the wither towers here. No one else in sight. He's just going for it.
Definitely doing so. Taking quite a bit of damage in the process.
He's definitely gonna die, like, before he gets anywhere.
But that may be purposeful. Team 5 up going for the strategy. If I can get a heavy hit, and then our timers aren't that long yet when it comes to respawning. So
that's completely true.
Along with Team S Major, we have Owen, who is playing that Great Mage. I feel like we've seen a lot of Great Mage, but not a lot of the prominent Great Mage moments, you know? It's like a lot of Banjax finishes.
I really want to see a Great Mage moment.
Who doesn't like a Mage moment? Who doesn't like a little bit of magic in their life?
Yeah.
We're here for it, you know, at TwitchCon. A magical place, a magical convention for magical times to be had, but...
Purple playing Froska. I've noticed a lot of the players are sticking with their initial character choices, you know?
There's something to be said about when you make those switches. Let's go!
Let's go, party mode!
Everybody here in the audience is welcome to the party. Everyone in Twitch chat at home is welcome to the party. You love to see it.
And I love seeing all the names on all the animals. It's like, oh my god, I was just killed by Purple. Everyone just dances. That's amazing.
A little bit of dancing. We got Banjax. See, look at the speed with which you can move when you're playing Banjax. Fruitberry's doing exactly that to get up behind the enemies. An elimination here for JoJo onto 5 up, and Purple going down as well. So Team S Major garnering some advantages.
Fruitberry's trying to get that stuck Ocelot, but to no avail.
Quite a little bit of tunneled onto gaining that gold, onto gaining that mana.
We have Team Purple trying to take down a little bit more of the Wither, but being responded to very immediately by Team S Major here.
Out of the fire. That was a quick party.
We got party mode again. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, so a lot right now, it seems, over for Team Purple. Very much focusing on these towers. Very, very much just wanting to try and will down a little bit of the damage.
Oh, taken down.
Yeah, so they have to defend right here because they were doing that, and then it seems like the response from S Major's team is like, oh, you want to focus on it? We're going to try and focus the same as well.
Exactly.
Get a little bit it's interesting when one team kind of ushers a strategy and then the other team's response is to kind of go for the same thing because you're saying, oh, you're over in this portion of the map, that leaves this opening, but you do have that recall capability if you have an inkling that something's going down in your own base.
I think I missed it. Did you see who took down Jerry?
I did not. I did not.
Wait, Scott's going.
Jerry will eventually spawn again, but one of these teams has benefited from the massive gold and mana that you get from taking down that tier 3 mob.
Oh, we have Team S Major going back in. Oh, there's actually 2 people on 2 different towers trying to take them down. Jojo on that one, and then Scott didn't see who's on the other. But Jojo doing a wonderful job right here.
Died of the way there.
About to die. Oh, died right there. But took it down to 4 hearts. Not bad.
And there is something to be said because a lot of times you'll have teams collapse upon one tower together so that you can maximize the damage output because once you have that down, it's such an advantage. But you could say if you spread apart, then you're spreading thin the enemy's resources. They have to figure out who they want to target, but maybe they'll switch things up a little bit in the way they want to approach it the next time.
Amfrost taking down Orange Juice here. And we have Fruitberry just jungling, trying to get up the gold, trying to get the mana for his ultimate.
I don't know why I named like Fruitberries. I feel like this is the map where he belongs.
I have 3
in the
on
trees
me on
with
the
all
far
the berries.
right. I'm just distracting
You see
him.
all the
I'm just gonna run
flowers
him
on the
away.
ground. I don't know. Thematically, it works for me.
We also have some more fruit with orange
Okay,
juice.
they're splitting back to you. They're splitting back to you. There's 2 of them gonna flank the mid people.
Oh,
Right now.
He's trying to give some information to his team.
calling for the flank. He's actually calling that he was going to go flank at this point in time. Another tower attempted take right now. The defense of Team Purple standing strong. The captain putting in the work. 5UP also getting another kill, and everyone going into the upside down, downtown in the base just to make this a chaotic place. It's all topsy-turvy, but we still got to try and hit. Eventually, though, look, JoJo's popping off.
Let's go, JoJo. They almost killed that Wither Tower as well. That was rough. But they finally took them down. It's still barely hanging on, just by a thread.
Somebody just needs to come and go.
Just breathe on it. Yep.
Just got shot in the forehead.
JoJo trying to avoid these arrows. This is a good vantage point for any archery.
Yeah, I think you've got a great point there.
Oh, I
just
missed that so
really
bad.
using the verticality. I just think it's so funny.
I love this.
It's so good. It's so good.
Let's wait for Scott to put down the armor thing.
What
Right?
character is JoJo? What character is JoJo playing right now?
Yeah, I was trying to see down at the bottom, but we're coming back to normal now. Upside down period is over. Thank you again to chat, by the way, and everyone who's participating, using their channel points to add those different adventurous moments within our experience here. But it feels like even when hearing these snippets from these content creators participating, their comms have almost got even more precise, even more call-oriented than before.
Purple takes down that he just breathed right on it. Destroyed it.
Good lung capacity put at work.
CBK taking him down. Oh, he took down the...
Immediate trade back of towers, though, so now
That
one
is
down
true.
on both sides.
Oh my god, we have everyone converted. Was that JoJo? I think that was JoJo.
I'm gonna get this zombie
Getting a double kill right now on members of Team S Major. No, S Major, they're missing that middle tower, which a lot of times the middle tower is the most vulnerable and very commonly the priority in teams to take because of the way that you can move. I will say with these bases being a bit more congested and a limited distance between the towers, you don't feel that as much when you are actually engrossing upon that, but it is still nice because then if you do want to go for a split onto the other towers, then maybe you try and divide that attention a bit more.
Definitely. So it looks like people are just trying to level up, trying to get their coins, get their mana. They know a big fight is going to be coming soon. They want to be prepared.
Purple coming, getting the kill. I'm always, do it to him, show him.
Oh my god. Fruit's gonna say, all right, enough dancing. amazing.
So if you're gonna make yourself vulnerable like that, I'm gonna try to punish, but Purple is still going for it, getting the slaps of the stick. Oh, goes down.
They're going to use this time to go into Red's base, trying to get a little bit more on that Wither Tower. Not quite enough, getting taken down pretty immediately. But any damage is good damage, right?
Right, especially with the way these ones are operating. You can see still grayed out, still that damage remaining, because if there is anyone watching from MOBA, sometimes you get a little regen depending where it is. But here, you're rewarded for that work that you put in a bit early on. One of my favorite things is the creative ways people do decide to taunt their opponents in fights, and sometimes, you know, you can do that, and I think Purple gained some points with me for just dancing on him even if he went down.
I'm really curious who the shot callers are for each of these teams.
Yeah, I need help.
And I like when you were talking about kind of the archer angle in the center of the map before. The interesting thing about that verticality being in the center is it seems like some using it for that vantage point. You notice a lot of the players coming from there, circling around, scanning before they go onto the ground level, because look how much your field of vision is effective once you're down in the grass.
Oh yeah, the grass is so tall, the trees are in your way. Fruitberry's here trying to sneak a Wither Tower before anyone can see him. And he's getting out of there. He does not want to fight this.
Did put in some work though.
He's been jacked. He's very fast, able to get in, get out without losing any resources. Although he might lose his life here.
And Frost with the defense here. So 2 of these turrets are down for the side of Team S Major. Only 1 more Wither Tower remaining around their crystals, and haven't been able to make as much leeway since they immediately traded that first tower. But it's still not dangerous territory yet, like we witnessed specifically with the Hannah Rose matches in which they emerged victorious. Is the late game within this mode is so strong.
Very true. I really want to hear a little bit of what everyone is saying. Like, what are they thinking right now? What is their strategy going into this right now?
I've been looking over at the cams to see when somebody might be talking. Let's hear what Fruitberries is having to say.
Just staring at me.
I think, yeah, they're gonna have one guy flanking, I think.
Somewhere, somehow. It does feel like they're having a bit of...
Oh. And Jerry has respawned, and he's named Grapefruit XOXO.
XOXO. Gossip Girl's in the house. Let's go. So Jerry coming on through. Early on, there was such an early take of Jerry that we didn't even get to see who exactly capitalized. But now that's up, and that means that a lot more of the attention will be drawn towards the center of the map.
So CPK trying to do a little bit of defense, trying to make sure there's no one coming up. But it looks like most of Team Purple is going for Jerry right now.
Who got the position advantage, but we still have some action around the base here. An attempted defense from Team S Major. They're trying to catch anyone from Team Purple that tries to encroach upon them. It's a lot of the long-range battle, though.
It is. Long range seems to be very advantageous on this map with the differing height levels of the terrain. It's a huge advantage to have. Purple trying to go in, saw that there's some distraction, wants to get down that Wither Tower, succeeds!
Yes, and now can immediately move to this crystal right now. Of course, he knew the whole time he was being chased by the enemy team, but you have to admire the way he kept focused on the objective, takes down a tower, trying to lead for the rest of the team now.
Oh, they're just knocking them down one by one. Team S Major really trying to respond, but having a difficult time.
Yes, they only have this singular crystal left for Team S Major. They have everyone they can possibly defending this, but look, Antfrost doesn't care. Durable enough to get a decent amount of damage. Can't quite finish off just yet.
I think Antfrost was invisible there. I don't think they could see him. They're just wildly swinging, trying to hit anything.
The mage moment!
It worked. The mage moment worked.
Oh, now we're just waiting for that little finish it off. And of course, that that means that the ultimate was used. It'll be quite some time before it can be used again. In fact, the game may even be over by then because a lot of these are ending somewhat after that 20-minute mark, and we're currently just past 19.
We are just getting up to 20 minutes. We have a 1v1 versus Orange Juice and Purple. Purple taken down by Orange Juice.
Eliminated, the captain taking a temporary fall, and the high ground used here once again.
Bot tower under attack. 5 up, recalling back to respond. Jojo taking down everyone, trying to take down the end crystal inhibitor right now. Let's go, Jojo. Let's go.
Getting the kill on the enemy side of the map. That's very important, and does get eliminated on the retreat.
I got one other wither, so
Sniped by 5 up.
But she, like, so right there, you just heard Jojo saying that, okay, took down one of the withers. So now there's only one more tower that is remaining for Team Purple.
Yes. We have Scott trying to defend their last crystal.
So weak.
It's just 1 heart. It's so sad.
It's hard because when that happens, sometimes you just have to leave someone in your base. Especially when there's a mage and you got banjacks going on. And
exactly.
There's 3 coming mid. There's 3 coming mid.
Yeah, so Team S Major's down 1 person because he's trying to defend so hard. So if there's a team fight away from the base, they're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage.
See if anyone tries to bait one, you know?
I think they're playing a lot of defense. Watch out for the flank, though.
Still, there's all the camps spawning, right? Still a chance to get a bit more. Purple right now has the ultimate fully available. It seems like there will be quite a few, but there's no reason to rush in until you find that team moment to be able to do so.
He's trying to sneak around. Trying to, I bet he's going to go for that last inhibitor, but Jojo stopping him as Froska.
Jojo's been really good at getting these picks.
I think I saw one sneaking around, so.
Jojo is a cracked player. She's cracked at the craft.
Oh, yeah. I knew Jojo was cracked as soon as I saw the mouse. And I'm like, I'm a big fan of the whole setup.
I think we should
going
have 2
on here.
Yeah, Jojo brought her own mouse and her own keyboard just to make sure she was that tip-top shape.
I admire that. That's what pro players do. The most competitive out there must set themselves up for success, and I think we're seeing that through Jojo's play, but right now an attempt on the crystal.
Fruitberries as Benjax, you see how speedy he was trying to get that end crystal inhibitor down for his team, trying to even it up a little bit. Finally taken down by Ant Frost, though.
Eliminated, and you know, we're on the side where
Kill this person. We have to push. We have to push, I think.
Ant Frost, you hear it calling, saying we have to push, we have to push.
You guys have to push
I think that's a very good thing they should do right now.
You guys like have to, you have to push now, actually.
Very advantageous to have that.
I'll defend.
Making sure that this is the moment, right, where you have that kind of step down to be able to prepare yourself for the fight as much as possible.
Definitely.
There's
one person sneak around.
There's one person protecting.
Is smelling that inhibitor. Really wants that. Can she make it though?
Slowly. Nobody seems to see her.
She's going in right now, trying to just get that last little hit on the end crystal. She gets it down.
There it goes, taking on Antfrost as well. Can take it down.
Antfrost. She's going for the next inhibitor.
Yeah, the second one.
Taking that down as well. Going for the third. Can she take it?
What a play. What a play. That evens things up so much. Look, the dragon is vulnerable.
However, Red going for Blue's dragon. They need to turn around. They need to respond to this.
We got another one.
Going for it. Looks like Blue is defending while Red is. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. It is so tight.
Oh my
as
God.
soon as
Neither of them can get on the dragon right now. They're trying to do anything they can. Being just catapulted out of there.
Multiple fights on opposite
Jojo
sides of the map.
finally goes down. That was amazing.
She got so much though.
Are they both at, what is that, 2.5 hearts? 3 hearts?
Very, very similar in hearts at least.
Oh my God, my heart is pounding speaking of that.
I'm really impressed with the play that Jojo has made over the past few minutes though, whether it was it's not just being able to outduel, it's the strat and finding the opportunity to get in, evening out the objective scoreline between these two teams. This means now it's anyone's game.
I bet everyone just used all of their ultimates.
That's
right
true
there.
too.
Oh, we got Fruitberries sneaking around.
Banjax.
Here's
Banjax, he is fast as heck. He is going for it. He gets pushed out.
Two hearts. You got it.
Oh, that was that. CVK also. Okay, never mind. Oh! Unbelievable! Team S Major advances to the next round. Performing both in combat and a strategy, winning here in map number 3 of their semifinal.
You can see CPK, his hand is shaking right now.
Nobody have CPK perform surgery on you at this moment. Needs a little more stability of the hand, but it was stable enough to be able to pull off the victory with the rest of the team.
And they're showing hearts. They're shaking. They're showing hearts to the other team. It's all good. It's all in good fun, you guys.
Oh, yes.
That was incredibly close. Lots of hype. Now we know who's in the finals, too. So it's going to end up being Team Hannah Rose versus Team S Major. You feeling good, Kara? You
I'm feeling
good?
so good. I'm ready to see S Major win it all.
While you wallow a little bit, Gabby, I'm going to send it on over to Reflections, who's standing by with Team S Major.
Well, there it is, the final game, S Major. Well done. How you feeling?
Thank you. Amazing. We couldn't have done it without the teamwork that we had, but it was just one of those, like, winning the first round and losing the second round. It was so much more pressure, and it got so close at the end, so it was so stressful.
Such a tough series. I mean, it went the distance. The other series was 2-0. This one went to game 3. A lot of lessons learned. What was the biggest one for you and your roster?
Honestly, I think it was just communication and like figuring out what characters work for each of us. I think we sort of found a better comp right at the end for how we all play, and it definitely paid off.
Jojo, gotta talk to you, okay? You tore it up. What an amazing performance, and you had such a heroic play. Talk me through that moment.
I saw 4 people run out of their base, and I said, this is it. I was waiting for their call to say, you're good to go. We see them here. No one's waiting for you. I ran in. I saw Ant. I said, I don't care. I'm going for this crystal. I don't care about Ant right now. And then I killed him.
Simple as that, and then he killed him. Well done. You move on, S Major. You got to be feeling good. Anything going through your head, you got to play against Hannah Rose. She tore it up. The team with the comebacks, even if you have the lead, it doesn't mean you're going to win. So what's your mindset like going into that matchup?
I think the main thing is not underestimating them. Obviously, they won 2-1 or 2-0 for a reason, so I think respecting the fact that they're going to be very good in a difficult challenge will be the main thing.
Difficult challenge indeed, S Major. Thank you so much. Incredible matches all around. TwitchCon has been incredible. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Minecraft action will continue.
with our Minecraft MOBA action, and it has been close matches all day, back and forth, some crazy comebacks. Tigers, I don't even know what to expect going into finals now.
I don't either. We're still at that point where we're trying to figure out what are the main strategies, what are the characters people resonate with most. It feels like we have that part figured out.
I think so, yeah.
But overall, both these teams have put up such a fight within their respective semifinals.
And we got to chat with both of them. Reflections did interviews with both of our winning teams. And, I mean, Hannah Rose's squad, wildly confident. Even though when we talked to Team S Major, JoJo, that crazy comeback play, Kara, that's somebody they need to keep their eyes on.
100%. JoJo recently got #1 player in MCC, and everyone knows she's an amazing player. She is great under pressure, so even with the comebacks that Hannah's been doing, I think they really need to watch out for S Major team.
You know, I think they had an opportunity, at least with that third match, to kind of scope out the competition a little bit. Do you think that gives them a little bit of an edge, the Tigress?
It might, in terms of if you're looking over and you're thinking who are the best players on their team in this mode, what are their tendencies, then I trust them to be strong enough competitors to definitely use that intel to their advantage.
Okay, and I'm gonna give you an opportunity here, okay? Because your team may or may not have not made it, okay?
Come on!
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna mention that because now I'm gonna let you repick for finals. Okay, so between the two, you still have to keep your pick, Kara, but who do you think, La Tigress?
I'm gonna go with Team Hannah Rose.
Oh, you gotta split it. You have to split it.
So we're both going to have a little bit of a bias going into the finals.
A little bit, just a little, a tad. But I think this is one of those scenarios where everyone is a winner no matter what happens, because I've just been having so much fun with this game mode. It's unreal.
I think everybody's been having a good time. You guys enjoying the matches so far? Okay, I kind of want to gauge the audience a little bit. For the finals, do you think it's going to be Team Hannah Rose that takes it? Okay, and then who thinks it's going to be Team S Major that takes it? Oh, I don't know, that sounds pretty evenly split to me.
I agree. I did not hear any decibel difference.
All right. Now, we are almost ready for our next match. So let's talk about where we are going, because we saw lots of maps. Let's talk about a lot of cool stuff. But we are going into Goldmire Gulch, right? I want to say it wrong because you guys are the experts. Is it Goldmire Gulch?
Goldmire Gulch.
This, we only got to see a little snippet of this map when we were tuning into a match that was already underway. We're talking about how does the fire work here? Is this something damage dealing? What is it like traversing this territory that just feels so gnarly?
But something interesting, Hannah's team has already experienced this map, whereas Team S Major is going into this one blind. So is that going to be an advantage to Team Hannah Rose for at least this game?
They'll at least be more familiar.
It is one of those things that I feel there are, on each map, you're starting to see which kind of character archetypes do better. So here, maybe if there are a lot of little damage pockets, but it seems like it's still pretty clustered when you're fighting, you're kind of in a bit of a congested area, then a lot of the AoE characters might have an advantage.
Right, sorry, I got that backwards. S Major already experienced it. Hannah has not.
That's the benefit of going to 3 games, right, too?
Yep.
Where they also had the jungle one if it ends up doing the same thing here this time.
You know what, that's kind of even on advantages then, because Team Hannah Rose got to watch their third match, so maybe peek in on their team strats a little bit, but Team S Major already has some map information and some map knowledge that Team Hannah Rose doesn't have. So it could level the playing field just a little bit, and we are going to take a look at the bracket now. Remind everybody what happened. If you're just checking in with us, through the semifinals, it was Team Hannah Rose that comes out on top against Team Kratzy, and then down there at the bottom half of the bracket, it was Team S Major going the full 3 rounds against Team Purpled and making their way through to the finals, which means it will be Team Kratzy versus Team Purpled for 3rd and 4th, and then of course our massive finals match between Teams Hannah Rose and S Major. I think that both of those matchups, because of how close they already were in the semifinals, are still going to be close within themselves.
I see the caffeine ingestion happening.
I know,
from
I'm
some of
checking,
the creators
right?
as well. The deep breathing, the syncing with one another to make sure they're all going into this with the same mindset. But I think when we learned about who is participating in this event in its entirety, even the teams that are fighting for third place right now, they're such avid competitors across the board, so much experience within the teams playing together that it is really hard to predict who's going to come out on top.
It really is. I am so excited to see how this goes. I really want to see the new strategies, perhaps, if they exercise new strategies here, or if they just go with their tried and true, what's been working, and I'd love to see it.
I want more JoJo chaos.
Oh, me too.
That's what I want.
Oh, yeah.
I was so impressed. I just the way that was played, and I mentioned it a little bit when we were watching it, but I think that is one of the important balances when it comes to something like a MOBA, is not just being able to execute in the combat when you think about that team fighting, it's when to find those moments. And the fact that JoJo was so focused to take down those towers and make sure they were evening the scoreboard there is what allowed the opening for them to have the overall victory.
And the comms are really important too, right? We've heard both teams talk about that now, nailing down their communication. Who's the one kind of calling the shots? Who's deciding when? Because we even heard JoJo say she was waiting for people to tell her that they knew where the enemy team was, so she had a clearing to kind of make that backdoor push. And the comms have been super important, Cara.
Oh yeah, more than most any other game type, MOBAs are all about communication, all about comms. You need to know where everybody is. You need to know, are people ready to go in? Do we need to wait? Are people still recalling? Things like that, like above all, communication.
All right, now before we jump into the finals, we're going to take a look back at some of the highlights of our last matches. We're probably going to see some really impressive plays similar to these heading forward.
Yeah, I do want to know how they end up kind of keeping up those comms, because a phrase that MOBA players may be tired of hearing, you know, when they're trying to get better, is the whole vision wins games and information wins games, but it's because it's true, and we already witnessed that. So I wonder how they're going to adapt to the terrain of the map to make sure they can continue. In this case, the vision is just scouting out and really delivering that information to the rest of your team.
I mean, look at their faces, Cara. Everyone is starting to get locked in. The focus.
They are focused. They are zoomed in on the prize, which is winning, obviously, and the prize money.
Still focused on their chats too, which is great. You can see them streaming on their individual channels, and I'm sure their communities are loving getting to be along for this ride in a totally different environment.
Of course, don't forget that, and like we did in the first round, the third, fourth match will be going at the same time that we do our finals match. So if you want to keep up with all of the action, just check out the individual creators' channels, go to their Twitch channels, hang out with them, pop in, check those scores out so you can keep up to date with both of our matches, because there's going to be a lot of action no matter which one you are watching. And don't forget to use your channel points. We got to see some of that come into play as well, and that was pretty fun.
It's an upside down that's not as scary as other upside downs and other IPs. I like it. It's been a fun ride with Twitch chat.
You know what? I want to see your name in there, Cara. You need to use your channel points on Jerry.
Well, okay, maybe I will then.
All right, but I think our finals match is about to get underway. Let's jump in and see how things are going.
It's TwitchCon San Diego, the final matchup of our Minecraft MOBA one championship team at the end of it all.
So coming in immediately, it looks like Team Hannah has killed 3 of S Major's team already. Oh, there's the 4th.
Almost a full team wipe here, so a lot of aggro right off of the bat. So Team Hannah Rose picking this up so far.
Sylvie scouting around, trying to find mobs, trying to find people to absolutely demolish. As she said herself, she's the best.
I think one of the most impressive things in terms of performance of our creators today is every single interview we have seen so far has had so much budding personality through it. Sylvie, like you just mentioned, a lot of confidence really ringing through.
I love Sylvie. She is the best.
I gotta go.
Sylvie protecting their base right now from JoJo. JoJo's trying to do what she does best, going in, wrecking faces. Sylvie's like, no, not today, JoJo. Not right now, please.
Not quite. And I do think that these attempts of focus on the base and on the towers, it is the later game where you really do pull the advantage. If anything, early on, it's not as much about getting the damage itself, because it's really, you know, just a little bit of a tickle, but instead just drawing the attention of the enemy team.
I think so as well. So while they're all in their base, they're not getting mobs, they're not getting gold, they're not getting mana.
And from what we had said and heard from Hannah's team was they were focusing so much on getting all of these camps, picking up the tier 1 mobs, the tier 2 mobs, so that they could scale into the late game. So maybe a strategy for Team S Major here is to deny that as much as possible, even if it means denying themselves slightly, because that's always a trade-off if you're going for the early objectives within the base and you're not having the opportunity to garner it on your own. But you got to make those decisions and try and follow through with them.
100%.
Yeah, she was low.
I always love when it's a captain and a captain, you know, going back and forth.
So Hannah going in, shopping, getting some supplies, getting some advantage. The Omnigast has spawned, but it looks like the teams are not really paying attention to it right now.
Interesting. It's so hard to tell right now if that's a team preference or a preference derived from the map state itself. If they think, oh, maybe this is one where we don't really want to go for it just right.
Okay, what?
And I am so stoked to see them traveling across, because we talked so much about how this map operates and getting to see it in full force even in the early game. Ooh, Jojo.
Jojo going for it, trading her life just for a couple hits. I don't know, Jojo, I think we gotta go for mobs right now. But you know what? She's the one playing. She's the one that's winning. It's not me.
And sometimes when you go and you sacrifice your life, you say, oh, that's just my quick teleport.
I have a heart right now.
Back to my base, back to the shop. Spawn right by there.
Is there a full
I thought that was funny. Jojo just doing some cheeky little hits.
There is. I just enabled it, yeah.
Right, and at this point too, I'm sure there's a bit of a development in the way that the comms
in,
go.
the jungle, if you will, collecting everything I see.
Awesome dude, focusing on the jungle as he's saying, really going through fighting every enemy.
Yep, killing everything he
Heals
sees.
up. The heal's ready.
Which is what you gotta do. You gotta get all the gold, all the mana.
So kind of indirectly the jungler of the team, would you say, right now at least?
Right now, yeah.
And it doesn't feel like anyone's kind of sticking to that jungle time, but
yeah,
saying, oh, you're distracting them elsewhere. I'm going to kill everything that I see, every little creature, every little camp, get all the gold, get all the XP, but right now it's about killing the enemy.
Get out of the fire, get out of the fire. So I don't know if you saw, but they both turned at the exact same time. That's gonna be some comms going on there. They're like, all right, now turn, let's go.
And positionally here, I mean, at first, Team Hannah Rose, they kind of had that positioning advantage, being a bit more in that circular motion and forcing the turn, but then when more members were able to really approach the action here from Team S Major, they could trade it back.
Guys, I've just noticed there's some of the striders are swimming up the lava.
That's so funny.
Up the lava.
The Striders give a lot of mana and a lot of gold, so that's not good.
So are they just, they're just going away and then no one's gonna...
Yeah, the Strider's gonna stride, man. They just climb up lava.
Playing their Striders just living in their own head, living in their own world.
We got the upside down right now. Oh, Jojo gets taken out by Hannah.
I'm left.
It looks like Hannah was initiating that as well, so found the pick opportunity.
Ours.
This opens up some of the jungle for her taking.
Hannah hurting a little bit though. Hopefully heals up before the next fight.
A bit too vulnerable for any major skirmishes at this point in time. I wonder if the upside down almost feels like it just sends even more chaotic energy to the players who are saying, screw it, I'm going for a tower.
Why does it do so much damage? How do you
It's getting a couple hearts off.
You're doing a lot of damage, low-key.
Huns has been a clutch master for Team Hannah Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I do a lot of damage.
That doesn't always just come in ending the game. It comes in moments like this, taking about 40% of the HP on this tower. No more upside down. Just right side up.
So blue team just patrolling their base, making sure no more puns comes in.
Nice. That's important.
Getting the Strider. Oh, the Strider has a cowboy hat. That's cute.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be a very Wild West-like theme, so I guess that very much makes sense to have the...
That does make sense.
The cowboy hats. I love it so much, but...
Jojo taking down Hannah.
Oh, Okay, so bite.
Punch shot in the back by CPK. That was brutal.
It's a Greek tragedy.
Jojo going in, trying to get a few hits before she is taken down by the Wither Tower. Deciding to retreat, getting some mobs, doing what she can.
Yeah, I think I'm at the base.
Still gaining back speed. Love Hannah Rose so focused right now, kind of giving out those calls. Has the higher ground at this point of time to try and get these shots out, but that's a lot of movement to try and track. At the very least, pushing off to gain that ground to be able to take the camp. And now, got the red in the eyes, going for blood.
Sylvie versus Fruit Berries right now.
So fast. I hear cheers for Sylvie in the crowd. I hear lots of cheers for individual content creators taking part in this competition here today.
To start getting your own armor.
At exactly 8 minutes within the game, we don't have any of the towers taken down. Again, they'll probably be eliminating more quick succession. A little bit of action right now. The PvP, CPK, but look, the fire starting to blaze up here for Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah falling in the lava, getting some fire tick, but still enough to take down CPK. Fruit Berries here, scoping around. Red team trying to get more on the blue team's Wither Tower.
Do you have a heal? Do you have a heal? Heal.
Oh, so Hans calling for the heal.
Calling for the heals.
Standing in the fire.
Not quite getting enough there. Jojo also going in, trying to take down some of the tower. It's transitioning right now into mid-game, so now it's a little more advantageous to take down some of those towers, I think.
That was a difficult situation because you had the fire engulfing half of the tower, but then players on the other half, so there wasn't really exactly a route for Punch to escape to.
Healing 27.
Why he was calling for the heal, hoping to sustain through just to be able to get enough
listen
damage
to me,
onto the
listen to me.
tower, but couldn't
ulti, we can
outpace it
double health
just
whenever we
yet.
want it. Just tell me.
4 kills on the board from
I have pretty good
6
stuff
for
right now.
Fruit Berries.
Everyone's still trying to get the mobs, trying to get the advantage right now.
Actually, I was gonna recall. I'm
Recalling
pretending like
back
I'm
to base. Was he told something?
Come
Does he
here,
need to go back? No.
Like I was,
Come here, Foolish. Come here.
Okay. I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Very handedly taking down Foolish.
having Foolish really live up to his namesake there. The fun being had all the way.
Good fight.
Fun's taken out by
Good
CPK
fight.
here.
Good luck. Have fun. Oh my. Okay, yeah, that's.
Fast bouncing down, so some more action around the tower.
We got a fight going on around the Wither Tower. Oh.
Okay, so attempt denied. Good defense from Team S Major.
Fruit using his ultimate there just to get rid of people competing for that tower there.
Yeah, the ultimate that Fruit has is very good engaged. It's kind of this long distance jump in, deal some damage, AoE. Very good in team fights, or in that case, just to get them off of what they're trying to accomplish. And denial of objectives in itself is a victory for yourself and the rest of the team.
I wonder if it's worth it to use it as a disengage mechanic.
I'm owning it, fighting it in the mid.
I think that's a good point. I think right now, though, for
I'm good. I'm 5 hours.
eliminating Hannah, looking for an opportunity to keep stacking these up.
Ooh, Fruit on fire, taking that tick damage.
Good job. Really good.
Nice. Good job.
Arrow in the arm and all. I mean, Fruit with 9 kills currently at this point in time, and you can use.
I'm on the right with her. I'm on the right with her.
Here's Jojo again, trying to get as much damage as she can, trying to avoid Hannah. Trying to take down Hannah, doesn't quite do it. Taking down Puns by instead.
Did manage to get a bit of that trade, but it's so hard when you're fighting under these towers because it basically counts as another player for the defending team in this case. And S Major right now is wanting to engross, try to capitalize upon the leeway that JoJo was able to earn, but unfortunately cannot follow up just yet effectively.
So was that Tulabot's ultimate right there? I believe it was.
Yeah, so Tulabot is very interesting with the way that the ultimate works is when you activate it, it's basically this aura that ends up coming around the player. It's about 4 blocks. And then if a player ends up touching it, they immediately take damage and knock back. So it's great on these defenses. So if they're trying to get onto a tower, you just push them away, or even if you're trying to aggress yourself, you kind of buy that time.
They can defend.
Hannah trying to call some shots.
I wonder how many people in the chat and watching would consider themselves tank players in Napa. Ooh, right into the faces, the 2v1.
Oh my gosh. Hannah got stuck on something.
And couldn't get out of there. And then they said, oh, you ain't going anywhere. We're going to try and take you down. Some more battle within the base.
Can't quite finish the tower.
Owen taken down by Puns. Still all towers standing on both sides of the map here, here at the 12.5-minute mark.
I'm good.
This is a lot of good defense from both teams here.
Yes, and I almost feel like, I wonder, because there's all these damage opportunities across this map, that
Hannah's
vulnerable
the
level,
tankiest.
like
She has
the
diamond
defense
armor and a
almost
diamond sword, I
stronger.
believe. So we got to be careful with her.
More damage threats, and JoJo calling out also the armor upgrades on the opposite team. So saying, hey, Hannah, they got some armor. We have to be careful. Not going to be able to take Hannah down as quickly as we have before. That's so important to call out when it comes to setting up future fights.
Blueberry's also trying to get down the Wither Tower.
Thank you.
Deciding to... just standing there menacingly. Deciding to...
just gotta meat mug him.
What's interesting is they still have not gone for the Omnigas. It's just floating there, doing nothing.
Yeah, nobody wants anything to do with it.
Sylvie taking down JoJo.
Yep, JoJo taken down. They're going for kind of a split strategy, and Foolish right now.
CPK trying to defend their... CPK takes down Foolish. Almost got the first tower of the game, but not yet. Not quite.
Yeah, we got
Finally getting enough chips, though, where soon we should be able to mark through one of them, because everyone's getting those upgrades. They're able to at least create some more leeway in that damage every time they engross upon it. I wouldn't say necessarily the next time, but maybe the next time or two, unless they get multiple takedowns prior.
Hannah trying to get in fast, trying to do some damage. Going for the tower that is not as healthy. Doing her ultimate. Not quite enough, but still sacrificed her life for a tower.
But
Very
I
good
love
trade.
it, though. Yeah. Mindset, that is great, and a great call out. And you noted she was going to the one with the lower HP, making sure that she was making the right call in that moment.
Exactly. Just thinking in that moment when your adrenaline is so high, your heart is pumping, you're like, no, I gotta go for the one that is lower.
I can kill Sam right now. We should push. I'm gonna kill Sam.
I'm gonna kill Sam. So I'm gonna kill Sam right now. So casually, yet confidently. And then we can push. Just so faithful that at 13 kills, he can get another.
I love Fruit. Fruit is just very chill about everything. It's like, I'm gonna go do this now. And he does it.
Right. Why do you think the Omnigas is so hated? I mean, right now, yes, they see a single player and say, Hannah, okay, we got to take her out, but nobody likes the Omnigas.
No one likes poor Omnigas. Scott coming in, gonna try to get a little bit more damage on this tower, but getting harassed by Sam and Puns.
At least knocking down to 2 hearts here.
Puns taking down JoJo as well.
I would say Puns and JoJo are probably 2 of the players that I would say people should keep their eyes on in the late game. They've been so clutch for their teams, whether it's the setup or the finishing move, and it might come down to a showdown between the 2.
Definitely.
Is that some talk between the teams that I may have heard? It was difficult to tell if it was to a teammate or beyond, but I hear some excitement coming from the booths of the players themselves.
Puns trying to get some snipes out.
Yeah, use it.
Doesn't really want to fully engage. Only missing 3 hearts. Still getting up though.
There are some unique nooks and crannies here for people to hide in.
What are you going after?
We're just going on a stroll.
Oh my god, red team going for the first inhibitor, the first in crystal inhibitor. Being challenged though by 2 of blue team.
Oh.
And being taken down, but not before doing half damage to that in crystal there.
That was a lot. That was a lot. So instead of going and making their way towards the other towers, wanting to completely clear a lane. But Hannah looks like she's on the attack as well.
Hannah trying to get this other tower. No one responding yet. Oh, here comes Orange Juice putting down the fire.
Oh, the damage. Look at how fast fast that burn happens.
Ignis is a very, very good character.
Yes. Anything that is damage AoE, but also creating that space around your character. So good.
Owen opting for a stronger bow.
I wonder if these teams are having any leniency towards prioritizing upgrading damage or upgrading defenses, or if it's kind of the preference.
It might be the preference. Oh, Sam playing the healer character.
Everybody.
Jojo chasing Sam. Jojo's like, get back here. Where are you going? Jojo very adeptly taking down Sam. Going in for the crystal.
Puns did get a double kill though, so the numbers are starting to even out. Had to focus on Sylvie.
Sylvie taking down
pushing her
Jojo.
off.
They're not. Jojo's not here.
This is a very tight one. So look at the game state right now though. Hannah, all of the Wither towers have been eliminated, but S Major, I think they know enough to stay calm, cool, and collected. They've been getting a little bit of chip here and there. They've been focusing up their team and looking for that late game opportunity.
Yeah, and Hannah, as we know, is very good at taking a behind disadvantage. Sorry, my words are getting tied up here. Hannah's very good at turning a disadvantage into a victory.
Yes. I'm in a little bit of trouble here, and oh, this tower is almost down, and there it goes. A single tower remaining for Team S Major.
And did you see that Froska just used that snowball, freezing Hannah right in her tracks, could not go any further, and was handedly taken down.
That,
before she could do any more damage.
Delay that you put on them when you just freeze in that way.
Nice,
That is the one we're talking about. There's such a skill that is needed when it comes to operating a character like that. I would love to hear more from the creators themselves and how they're walking themselves with this game.
Hiding. Sneaking around. Going in. Jojo going in. Trying to take down the in crystal right now. Oh! And saying, don't worry about Sylvie, I got this. And she takes it down.
Oh my gosh! That was a great play. Juggling both, focusing on the objective though, and when you have that enemy coming up to you, that's very difficult to juggle.
Grace also sneaking in, going in. He's got that speed boost. He's got the energy. Hannah responding, trying to get him out of base. Get the heck out of there, Hannah.
Quite a speedy one though in Banjax. Hannah though making sure to show up. You can see that Rabbit's Foot was used in a defensive way there to have that additional speed to escape the damage output.
Rabbit v. Rabbit.
There's three mid. There's three mid.
I wish I had a Rabbit's speed. Oh, Foolish.
Foolish dodging those arrows with the Matrix.
That was some good time right there. Oh, can't dodge the sword.
Fruit taking down Foolish. Will he take advantage of this and go in? Jojo going in again.
Going for it. I've never seen
Sylvie
such a focus.
is a tank though. I don't know how well she can take Sylvie down. Get Sylvie. Taken down by Awesome Dude though. 2v1 situation.
A trade in that moment. We've seen so much of a duel between Jojo and Sylvie. It feels like Sylvie has been positioned in this defensive way. Being that tank, they don't need her for the team fights just yet. So just enough to be able to capitalize on the damage.
Oh my god, using Ignises. Oh my god, they are going straight for the dragon right now by Orange Juice.
Oh my goodness, Team S Major, they've taken down all of the objectives surrounding here, and now the 1v1. Owen facing off, goes down by the hand of Foolish.
Okay, I'm gonna play defense now.
It sounded like Owen said that he's gonna be playing defense from here as well, so maybe spending some time around the base.
He used his ult already. He's gotta get his mana back up. Can't really go in without the ult. That is an amazing initiator.
Can someone please take the Omni?
Okay, there's three pushing.
I just want to see it happen. It looks like somebody ticked on a little bit at one point, but
Do you want to attack?
Not quite the finisher. We've seen so many upgrades, though, that at this point in the game, they might not be going for it. Everyone looks like they're prioritizing a game end.
It was just wide open. JoJo and Fruitberry's just going for it. Fruitberry's trying to work defense while JoJo goes for the dragon, but Sylvie activating the Tulipbot ultimate, which is an amazing defensive move. That's pushing them all away.
Very much.
The blue base also having some trouble with some intruders. Hannah taking down the last Wither Tower.
The crystals are vulnerable that remain on Team S Major's side. JoJo right now on the defense gets taken down though. Sylvie, the Sylvie versus JoJo 1v1 that's been happening time and time again throughout this game, going the way of Team Hannah Rose. Puns though going down. Everyone's wanting to try and get that chip onto the dragon, but they can't get there right now.
Hannah being taken down by S Major and Fruitberries. Oh my god.
I think we might have to.
Both the dragons are
so we can
exposed.
recall.
We're having this play again.
Looking like all smiles upon getting killed too from Hannah and backing up, because now it is an even game state. 23.5 minutes into this, upgrades across both teams. We're not entirely sure of when some of them will decide to use the ultimates that they have, if they're gonna wait until some of the other ones are charged up.
Okay, I'm here.
Hans versus Fruitberries. Everyone trying to regroup, trying to get back into a good position. A little team fight here. Whoever wins this, I think, is gonna have a huge advantage to go in on the dragon.
3v2 though right now in the favor of Team S Major. They're going.
Blue's going in!
Oh, the knockback from
They
the
get
dragon.
thrown away! Everyone using their ultimates. JoJo just whacking the heck out of that dragon.
The knockbacks here are so crucial in this attempt. S Major right here down to the battlefield. We're along the ride for his perspective. Multiple enemies before him leads to his demise. 20 seconds until he comes up once more. It is getting intense, Gara. Oh my gosh, I have no idea who's gonna take this first map.
No idea either. I think they're gonna use these recent kills to go in on blue team's dragon.
Yeah.
It is in their sights.
No, he's at his base.
taking
He's
a
running
roundabout
towards us.
way.
They might go flank on me.
Oh. Hannah, I love the call outs we're hearing.
Hannah's saying they might flank her.
So it's a good call to say, keep eyes on me. I'm going for the objective, but keep your eyes. Make sure that
Oh my god, she's trying to bypass everything.
Going in.
But all 5 of blue team right there. I don't know how she's gonna do this. Using a lot of ultimates on her though.
That is a very big thing that Hannah was able to get, because it was a little questionable. Okay, what are you going for here? You're not going to be able to get the dragon, but even going in, kind of really adding that anxiety in the minds of the enemy so that they use such important resources.
It's going in again. Only one person there to defend. CPK trying to prevent Pons from winning the game here.
Oh, the positioning is so good. The knockback as well.
Saying, I need some help. JoJo coming in, trying to defend.
Within the center, was able to lay down.
Pons coming back.
Oh
my god.
And outside of this, it's important to note that a couple members of Hannah Rose's team took down a couple members of S Major's team. So even though we're seeing a bit of the unevenness in the numbers within the base, that means a lot of the rest of the jungle is cleared, and maybe they can add additional players here to have a stronghold.
Yeah, we're at that point in the game where even if the whole team goes to try to get the dragon, one person can go in. Sam coming in, trying to get that cheeky hit. They all need to focus. And Team Hannah takes game
1. The celebration from the squad. Another neck and neck sweat on the forehead battle, and Team Hannah Rose comes out on top.
Incredible performance in our first match of the finals. That was almost almost dead even the entire time. We're gonna give our players a few minutes here to get themselves reset and prepared for the next match of the finals. So we're gonna send it to a quick break, and when we come back, more Minecraft MOBA action. Twitch Rivals Minecraft MOBA. We are live from TwitchCon San Diego, and it's time for the State Farm Spotlight, where we shine a bright light on something special from today's action. And that specific something special is a little bit some 1v1 action that we need to talk about here, okay? We're gonna loop this play around for you guys. I'm gonna have our commentators walk us through it as well, because this one's gonna be a fun one.
Every time we've been getting into this, it's been a fun one, that's for sure. And I'm excited to take a look at this play with all of you, because 1v1 has been the name of the game for so much of this match. And you can see right here, 5-up is the perspective that we're riding along.
So Owen Juice is playing Ignis here, used his ultimate to go right up into the base, right past 5-up's nose.
The wave. So we talk about how important the ultimates are, right? Because they have these longer cooldowns, anywhere from 1,200 mana to 2,000. So with this, when you're cutting along that way, he's not just using the damage output from the fire itself to do this, but the mobility that you get to get towards the objective and make it so much more difficult for anyone with range to aim their projectiles.
But what you might miss is 5-up threads the needle behind the Wither Tower and just snipes Owen Juice just on his little toe.
It's such a good play that is stopped by one single little point into the heart.
And that's why our matches today have been so close, because of plays like this and so many others. I'm sure we'll see more in the next match, but this has been the State Farm Spotlight. State Farm brings together good neighbors to make communities stronger and safer. If you're at TwitchCon IRL, head over to the State Farm Claw Challenge to win a Jake from State Farm plushie and other amazing prizes. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right. We made it through match number 1. Match number 2 is right around the corner. We knew it was going to be close. There's too much talent in our finals right now for it not to be. But once again, the comeback squad, I mean, unstoppable right now.
Another situation where Team Hannah Rose had all of their towers down and then slowly were able to even the objective odds. What a trend that we've been seeing.
All right, match number 2 is ready. Let's see if this one gets closed out or if Team S Major can stay alive.
Team Hannah Rose, they've been only 2-0ing on the day. Granted, this is only the second match of the day, so there's that. But still, they might be going and trying to do the same thing again. But Team S Major, they've stood strong before. They know that they have power coming to them. This could be match point.
This could be it. But as we've seen, even though Hannah Rose went 2-0, those games were incredibly close. Both teams just had like 1 heart left on the dragon. It was just a deciding sneak around that did everything. So even though these games are going long, they're going hard,
very easily.
all these teams are so evenly matched. It's a great game, great experience to see.
It's one of those things where even 2-0s, when that happens, it's not necessarily a very one-sided series.
Exactly.
Right? You can look at each time and they go pretty close. I'm not completely sure which map that S Major and Purple had played in their first one, because we were watching the Hannah Rose one, but we do know that Hannah Rose's squad did play on Sweet Peaks already.
Wait, oh,
We
Scott,
do
I
know
see
this, yes.
Yeah.
So some familiarity for them.
Kill.
And refreshing on some of the aspects. You're not having a lot of these little damage output areas and things like we saw on our first map of this matchup.
All you gotta do is
But you
farm.
have
You're
some
getting gold,
terrain, a
you're
lot of
doing good.
blockage of your...
Oh yeah, and we saw
Yep,
in the
I'm right here. I have
first
my
match
ability.
that some
Wait, same
people
turn on her.
are getting stuck in the corners, stuck on terrain, and that's really like to their detriment. They're not getting away in time.
Is she just in our jungle?
I wonder
Taking our shit. Wait.
how much of a
Jojo's on the
sneak
left side.
angle
I'm not-
is available on
it's kind
this
of annoying.
map,
I'm gonna go to the
because
other side.
yeah, in some
Just
ways
try
you
to fight
have
her,
all
just
these
try to fight her.
canes that are kind of able to hide behind, but you don't have the same nooks and crannies as Last Ritzes. But a little bit of PvP action right here off the bat.
Completely true. And JoJo trying to get in as well, doing what she does best. But I think they're wise to her strategy now. They're wise to her motive. They're like, keep a lookout for JoJo. She's around here somewhere.
Agreed. And it makes you wonder whether Team Hannah Rose is going to switch things up and be responsive to that, or if on the side of Team S Major, do they try and bait that, make it seem like JoJo's going for the same play and then send her elsewhere?
Definitely.
I see 0 mobs right now, dude. I'm just trying to get something.
So
JoJo looking for those mobs, can't find anything.
calling it out there, and that gives you an idea of the last places visited by Team Hannah Rose as well. So it seems like they're being very aggressive, not just taking the mobs that are on their portion of the map, but having some early invades to expel some of these resources and expel an enemy player right now, as JoJo does go down by the hand of Hannah Rose herself.
They just converged on her from both angles. Poor JoJo didn't know what to do.
Quite the collapse and great execution from Team Hannah Rose to get that pick, because it does feel like jungle is really where Team Hannah Rose wants to have most of their control, and that's why we're getting a lot of this PvP right off the bat around these camps.
Control the mobs, control the world.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Still a little bit of picking around the towers, because it's a style where there are only singular towers at the end of the lanes. Once you do clear the maps, that's pretty much exactly where your attention is going to be drawn to.
Our tier 2 mobs have spawned. Go get them.
Oh yeah, the purple one.
Yeah. I gotta grab a purple one if that's it.
Hannah getting fruit down.
God's dead.
Everyone just going around trying to get those mobs, trying to get the gold.
TPK is just
Juan's
archering
coming
in the
around,
face.
also doing what he does best. Trying to sneak up, trying to get a few. Oh, That didn't give me a bark.
I was thinking for a moment, okay, maybe Puns is hanging around trying to do a little bit of scouting as well, but then as soon as he steps up, gets taken down by Fruit Berries. They had a multiplayer defense ready to offset anyone that was encroaching upon their territory. Looks like a bit of a sharpness upgrade for the team for S Major too. And a fight between captains once more.
Oh, and Scott goes down by Hannah, showing that she is the captain.
I am the captain now, though all the way throughout the tournament, if you're a Hannah Rose fan and looking for her and the rest of the squad to get the victory here today. Fruit Berries continuing to clear out some enemies from their own jungle territory. Saw that Awesome Dude was trying to make way. Does have the speed advantage. If I remember correctly, Awesome Dude has been mostly sticking with healers and the like. So a bit harder to hold his own here in the 1v1. That's what those angel wings are for Angel, the character, by the way.
Fruit Berries taking him down.
I'm midway through mid.
Or Devil's Food Cake also being ignored.
What happened? Why do these two teams together just not prioritize the tier 3 mobs?
I guess that's the meta. They just realized they want to go for
I have
kills.
3 of them
they
on me
don't
towards
really
the
want to go
I'm
for
so
the
dead.
mob,
Hannah's so
the
fast.
big mob in the middle.
It's so funny considering that both of these teams, it felt like in their semifinal matches, did go earlier for that mob, but maybe they did just learn the same lesson. Right here, though, we do have some ultimate pops. The defense that we have continued to see around these towers has actually had to be called upon fairly early, but they do manage to take down the looming threat. S Major and Owen Juice also going down to the hand of Team Hannah.
Scott using the Tulipot ult, trying to make a barrier so he can get a few more hits on the Wither Tower. Puns doing what Puns does best, going for the Wither Tower.
I should have asked for a heal. When was your heal up?
Getting quite a bit of damage on before he goes down as well.
Feels like one of the most popular uses of that ultimate from Ingus is the mobility across the firewall that you create. So was using it to get to the opposite Wither Tower to get a few additional hits before anyone could entrench upon him.
Foolish also trying to get so good hits. So low, will he escape?
He's being shot at, he's dodging arrows left and right.
Can Scott just get one hit?
Foolish has had some really great jukes throughout this tournament so far.
Using the terrain and the candy canes to his advantage. Scott's like, all right, nah, you can go, it's fine.
You know what he looks like? You know the dogs when they do agility and they go through the poles? Yeah. He's doing that with the candy canes right now. Perfect way to shake off the enemies, and I mean, Foolish is playing that Daedra character where you want to have the range advantage, so if they're coming to you, best thing you can do is run, but around this camp here, some trouble for S Major.
Foolish, seeing his teammate behind him, turns around, is like, all right, Puns, let's get this.
They do. Puns picking up the kill.
Ties to a candy corn.
Don't look at that! Don't look at that! Switch! No!
We saw it, Puns, I'm sorry, we saw it.
Nope. That's the thing that when it happens, you say, camera, look away, look away. No, I didn't die. But to be fair, that is because he was coming off of a very aggressive engage, had just gotten some kills, hadn't healed up yet. And sometimes you underestimate the damage of the camps because you want to maximize as much as possible. Don't back until you use everything to your capability to maximize that mana and the gold that you're trying to acquire.
Crowd going wild over Foolish killing a candy corn husk, getting that revenge for Puns.
A chocolate chicken, would it taste more like chocolate or chicken? Or is it a combination?
Like a chocolate covered chicken?
Yeah, but wouldn't that be kind of weird? But, you know, maybe.
I would try it once, at least.
You should always try every food once, but I mean, they're not going to complain about the resources that you get from it in this case, even if there's a little bit of a funky taste through. I hope they cooked it all the way through. Ooh, and then Fruit Berries has been sticking with Banjax throughout the entirety of this, using that mobility.
I'm in the race, getting other with this.
Just trying to get some hits on whatever he can, just running around, not really engaging, except for Sylvie, I guess.
Tell me that.
Getting Sylvie down, Hannah coming in, chasing Fruit Berries off. Fruit turning around, also engaging, but cannot hold up
to Hannah's onslaught. So at least, even though Sylvie does go down there, buys enough time for Hannah to come through with the DPS. I think Sylvie's been doing a good job of very much sticking to and remembering the purpose of her character. Always being in the defensive position. It doesn't matter if you die, if you keep them at bay.
Pun's doing that Pun's thing. Getting taken down by fruit berries. Not today.
Yeah, fruit berries has really just been trying to farm up as much as possible. 14 kills. I think a lot of those have been found in the jungle, because there's many a times where he says, I'm just going to look over here, I'm going to find some enemies, I'm going to take everything down along the way.
Hannah also trying to go in, getting some sneaky hits. Fruitberry's right behind, though. It's Rabbit v. Rabbit. CPK also joining in the fray. Can Hannah take someone down before she goes down? She takes down CPK.
Couldn't do it.
Manages to get some trades here. CPK.
CPK laughing it off.
Yeah, okay, it's early. 10-second timer, not too punishing just yet. All of the towers are still currently standing. So no vulnerabilities on the maps for either of these squads.
I've got everyone on their team on me, right?
So funny story about Fruit. I used his laptop to play Roblox on Thursday.
Oh yeah?
He was very nice to meet me.
Nice. That was very sweet, you know? So if they lose,
just gonna farm the jungle,
you say, it's because I didn't have my laptop for that short time for me to focus on prep because I was being a nice person. That is really nice, though. If they're, I think that story in itself garners another fan or two for Fruit Berries.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, some more action on Sylvie. This one's actually
Take down the
low.
Wither Tower. He does! Going for the inhibitor in Crystal.
Bring one of the nibs now.
2 hearts, 3 hearts. Challenged by Orange Juice. Taken down.
That was a great play, though.
It
So
was.
much granted to them and the rest of the team.
And I don't know if you saw, but the fire turned purple. There's 2 Ignises using their skills at the same time, which means all players get hurt by the purple fire.
Dangerous place for everyone involved. The chase down.
Foolish, just doing a little trolling.
What the fuck is that? Wait, did he like, does he get like a change off?
For a moment, I was thinking, you know, if anyone can escape, maybe it's Foolish. He's had some great dodges, but this was just a straight lane with all openness. It's party mode and party time, except for Hannah Rose, who's taken by the hand of Fruit Berries.
That was a close battle. Fruit only had 1 heart left.
Been playing it really close to the chest.
Fruit trying to go for someone else. I don't think they know that Fruit's so low.
Yeah.
Sylvie does not realize how low Fruit is.
Got two.
That's the difficulty, the lack of intel in those moments, because if she knew and was able to turn, just get a couple hits, but Fruit Berries, the confidence with which he approaches them probably tells them, well, I mean, none of us should really be around here right now.
Oh, Foolish coming in. Can Fruit get the 3 kills? Foolish running 2. Finally, Fruit's reign of terror is over.
Eliminated for the time being, and as far as the advantages right now, it's Team Hannah Rose because they took down that tower prior. We're so used to seeing them at the disadvantage in the early portion of the game that this is a big change on which maybe they're able to get some momentum even a little earlier, but Hannah Rose taking on S Major again, takes him down directly hand-to-hand combat now on the retreat.
Oh, running
very speedy.
fast away. But coming back, she's like, I'm not gone yet. Take it down. Got a couple hits. Worth it, I'd say.
That's kind of the limit testing part. We're thinking, okay, I'm still here. Can I get a little bit of damage? They had focused so much on the singular tower prior that they really want to start chipping down on the others. So a good setup for them so far. I'm curious to see how Team S Major decide to respond. Maybe at one point, if they have all their ultimates, since we haven't seen anything around the tier 3 mobs, somebody could wait and fight, but right now they're just gonna fight right outside of it into the jungle. Jojo starting to get some slaps. Sylvie being that tankier, being that defensive. Oh my!
Getting wrecked. Everyone's standing in the fire. Sylvie able to escape.
Lots of damage right now, and Hannah had recently used her ultimate as well. The chaos that comes in these battles when all of the abilities start funnelling through.
Red team's Ignis using the ultimate to get into that fight.
I got their Wither.
Fruit taking down one of them, using the ultimate
So
Freezing Sylvie in place, taking her down as well, going for the ink crystal.
the play, it continues on. Can you string together multiple objectives? String together some more kills.
Foolish as well.
That's not just a tower. Oh my gosh, they took the first crystal of this map.
Took the first crystal, going for the second wither tower. Fruit is, no one is challenging him right now.
The fact that Fruit was able to string together some of those kills and isolate them into 1v1 battles means he can also bring multiple objectives.
Running back in, scaring people away, running back out. That is what Binjax is good at. Running in, running out, getting everything he can.
So now Team Hannah Rose missing 2 towers, missing 1 of their crystals. Team S Major were biding their time until they can make a major play, and really a lot of that was off of the singular player of Fruit Berries pushing through, and I'm sure the rest of the team was trying to distract on other portions of the map.
Definitely. So what you don't see, even though Fruit Berries is going in, doing all this damage, the other players of the team are also doing their part to make sure that he does not get disrupted.
That's the thing about MOBAs, it's very much a zero-sums game, and you have to set up the advantage for the remainder of your team. But look, Team S Major
going in for that crystal, getting it. Team Hannah down 2 crystals.
This is starting to really build a lot of momentum, a snowball type of moment, if you will, within the MOBA environment. Enough of the defense has spawned back from Team Hannah Rose. You can see them trying to get this team wipe right now, but they want to create that distance and push them out of their base because they've lost so much in terms of objectives.
They really have. Now, is this a time they should be capitalizing on this and going into their base, or should they be more trying to get mobs, trying to regroup?
So I feel at this part, because the timers aren't long enough to buy them enough time to go across the lanes, that trying and going and getting some camps, bringing themselves to a little bit of a power level, because so many ultimates were expelled in those past engages, they need to try and get that mana bar up as fast as they can before the next one.
Awesome dude recalling. Probably gonna buy something at the shop. Foolish out here.
To be fair, if you're looking at the state over on Team S Major's site, look how low these towers are. And they take out one of the biggest threats, but even though it looks like with Team S Major, they're in an advantage right now because they have their objectives up. There's so many of them that are ready to keel on over. The little bit of chip damage that Team Hannah Rose has committed to in the early portion of the game may be paying off.
Oh, Fruit going after Foolish. Rivalry as long as time itself.
How many times have we watched these little devil wings on the grapevine just saying, okay, everyone's trying to chase you. Fruit Berries and Foolish always with their crosshairs on one another, and there you have it.
And Fruit says, enough of that.
I'm on
Time to go down.
on
Fruit
her
going
base
after
as well.
Hannah now. Rabbit v Rabbit again. Jojo tapping in, trying to finish
Jojo,
off
can I get this?
Hannah
Oh.
while Fruit tries to get his health back, you know?
Yeah, do it.
That was,
I'm low.
that was amazing comps there. He's like, all right, I'm out. Jojo, you're in.
It really has, and when you think about JoJo standing out as one of the biggest duelers in their semifinal match, Fruit kind of standing out in that capacity here, that's a way to really double it up. But look, again, more abilities expelled on the defense team. Hannah Rose.
JoJo's in the air. She's like, oh, God.
I was out of there, I was in there, I don't know. And now waiting to spawn back up. Technically, Foolish gets the kill credit with that, but we are in this kind of in-between time, over 21 minutes into the game. We're in late game, but it's that Hannah Rose's side, okay, we have to be careful when we choose our moments to go on the offensive.
And Team S Major is very familiar right now with the sneaky plays that Team Hannah Rose can do. So they are also on full alert.
You gotta look out for puns.
Puns gonna puns.
A little bit of a chase down here, and I think when we're seeing these moments where both of the teams are wanting to go into the jungle a bit more, that's where you get these chase downs. Owen throwing down the fire as well. The burn damage coming through for puns, but trying to turn it, and some of that vision obscured sees.
Fruit coming out of nowhere, trying to help Owen.
We see him. Let's try and collapse upon him now. Still in pursuit.
Puns throwing down the fire, trying to get some distance, but to no avail. Fruit Pun's down.
And has the golden apple to immediately consume, making up for the damage that he acquired during that engage, where we haven't seen that prior. It was a lot of that downtime where they could go and reset and get back to the shop. So he doesn't have to back off of this pursuit right now.
Which is great. Fruit is in hot pursuit of his objectives.
I'm just gonna hide left.
I think he's gonna try to go, and he's gonna try to hide. He's gonna wait until they go out of the base, get a few little
If you guys, like-
cheeky hits on
If you guys feed me info, I'm
Wither
hiding on the
Tower,
left.
the inhibitor, maybe the dragon.
We gotta go back to base. Gotta go back to base.
They've been in this.
Turn around. Oh! Doesn't see. Still doesn't see.
Sneaky.
Fruit's like, I'm sneaky and I know it.
Okay.
Sylvie there, acting as the defense, chose the tank character Tulabot. But there's the engage. They want to get this down. They want to go in.
Owen setting it up, and the team is here. The defense is strong, starting to smack away multiple members from Team S Major, but they bring down the pain and the
Beautiful
rain.
ultimate.
Yes.
Taking one down, knocking another out. Fruit distracting while Owen takes down the ink crystal, but on the other side. Oh, no, just this side. Fruit going in! We have some JoJo Wilson. Oh, who is that? Oh, no. Trying to get the dragon. Is this the win? We go into a game 3.
Sighs of relief for the side of Team S Major.
Team S Major looking good. I can see them shaking from here, man.
We knew this was not going to be an easy finals for either team. Things are now tied up. We have one more match to determine who will be taking this whole thing home. And like you were saying, you saw the elated reaction of Team S Major being able to bring it back there and really close that one out solidly.
Such coordination from them in that last play. The patience of Fruit Berries to wait to go in, for Owen Juice to come through and just make that play with the ultimate. And I mean, or rather when it was happening on the other side and then coming through and like, I'm just so frazzled by the chaos, because you have to find those openings, right? And sometimes the openings are so small, and the teams have been capitalizing.
We're checking out some shots here. JoJo just eliminating Hannah, dying herself. Oh my god. The Hannah v. JoJo story. I love it.
Right, I mean,
Pun's going for JoJo. JoJo turns.
I would say Puns and JoJo were two of the players that we were calling out coming into the final to watch, but I think Fruit Berries, as well as an individual, had a lot of control over this game and really showed what Banjax as a character can do.
Definitely. Just Fruit going in, doing a few hits, running back out, eating a golden apple, going back in, getting some shots on some people. Like, that's how you play it.
Yeah, I think the teams have really started to nail down their synergy, find which roles best suit their play style and their own personalities, and kind of how they all need to support each other, not literally in a support role, but just how they work together as a unit. And talk about a turnaround, because we saw how sad Team S Major looked after the first match that Team Hannah Rose took home, and now they're the ones coming out on top. I was a little bit worried about their mental at first.
It's such a quick turnaround between the maps, so you don't have that much time to reset yourself if you feel a little tilted or anything like that, but it seems like they had a good energy. They were able to come through. I think a lot of the teams are using their ultimates more liberally and really getting to know the pace of the game so that they don't have to wait until a certain point to really break through and can have an overarching strategy.
And now we're gonna have to see how they reset. Yet again, one more time, okay? We're going to be giving them a little bit of opportunity to do that. And I don't know if you saw that bracket up there for our third, fourth match.
Team Kratzy takes third from Team Purple. I'm so sorry, Gabby.
Huge congratulations to Team Kratzy for taking home that third place while we were watching our two finals matches so far. And you can see dead even right now for Team Hannah Rose and Team S Major. So we need that decider.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's impressive. I thought we were gonna be stuck with another 1-1 on that too.
Yeah, it's been a very intense day so far, and I mean, Team Kratzy being able to close it out here in the 2-0. You know, I was putting my faith in the former Challenger League player and Team Purple, and I think that Team Kratzy though looks like they were having a lot of fun with this one.
Sneak just firing shots.
Is this
like
easy?
no
Is
tomorrow.
that easy? Is that easy?
Is that easy? Sneaking the easy triple there. Going in. And that dragon.
Look at that.
Unchallenged. And that was the win.
And you do still walk away, you know, that does change the amount of money that you walk away with in terms of the third place match. So I think they can go, oh, really nice. We got a little bit of that and a little bit of extra bragging rights.
Oh yeah. Every time. I mean, the amount of times that just this group has competed against each other in various other Minecraft-related rivals stuff. So they're all friends. They all end up on different teams every single time.
Oh yeah.
And so everyone is accomplished in some fashion. They all have a bunch of wins under their belts. And so that's why we knew it was going to be this close, this difficult. But it does always feel good to one-up your friends a little bit.
Well, next time you hop in a chat with them, you say, oh, hey, what happened the last time we
rub a
were
little
in the server
salt on the
together?"
wound. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. I'm checking around, looking around, watching our teams get themselves set up and ready. We're giving them a little bit of breathing room between that final match. And now, I don't even know how to call it at this point, because I really saw how solid everyone looked by the end of that second match. I'm excited to see if anything gets changed up to try and surprise the opposing team.
Yeah, I think that they'll probably stay consistent in some areas, but, you know, might have a little bit of adaptation, being that it's the last match on the line.
Well, we might be able to get some insider info, because I think we have Reflection standing by ready to talk with Orange Juice.
All right, yeah, I got Orange Juice over here. S Major team, how you feeling, man?
Good, yeah, well, yeah, on top of the world right now. Let's see how it goes.
So you lose game one, game two. What's your mindset like? Because you had to be a little bit nervous after losing that first one.
Yeah, we're feeling it out. The first map wasn't our strong suit, but we played on Sweet Peaks before, so we kind of knew the terrain, and we've got some good strats.
So game three, right? It comes down to this. You want to be a champion, you got to win this next one. You changing anything up? You keeping things the same? Don't give it away though if you don't have to, but maybe give me a little something if you can.
Yeah, we're kind of analyzed the other team's strengths, and we're tweaking it slightly, but I don't want to say anything too much, you know.
I can't blame him. I can't blame him. We got Owen Juice over here. Give it up for him as well as S Major's team. We're going to a game three. Glitter, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Reflection. See, that's kind of what I was assuming. We heard it. Obviously not going to give the exact strat away, but they did pick up some information, and it is about that adaptation. They're going to be tweaking a few things, Kara, and I think it could be very helpful.
I certainly hope so. Because I guessed that S Major was going to win the whole thing.
It is your pick.
I'm a little biased. A lot of people on that team I love. I love everyone in Team Hannah Rose as well. But I'm very curious, very excited to see what those adaptations are going to be.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, I feel like there were definitely some things that came to fruition before, but gotta call attention here. This Twitch Rivals is my Super Bowl. I like that, Jess.
I agree.
like that.
And if you guys are using the hashtag Twitch Rivals when you're tweeting things on social media, you might be able to get your tweets put up here on stage as well. To be fair, this crowd has sounded as loud as a Super Bowl crowd because of how many fans we've got for all of our Minecraft creators in here. It's been very, very fun.
I love catching peeks of their faces too when they're watching along, and you can hear them trying to make calls to their favorite players here, saying, go, 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 go.
Oh yeah, you can see people covering their mouth like, oh my God, did that just happen? You love to see it.
All right, we're getting a little bit of a look at the map as well that they're going to be playing on. The gameplay has started. The final match of our finals for Minecraft MOBA is underway.
Alrighty, friends, the last time that we will be coming to a map in this Minecraft MOBA. We are back in the jungle territory, the only place that we take care of our deciders, but only one championship team will emerge victorious. Is it gonna be Team Hannah Rose, or is it gonna be Team S Major?
So we immediately see Fruitberries chasing someone down. Doing what Fruitberries does best. Scott scouting around, getting some mobs, getting some gold. Oh, disturbed by Sylvie.
Sylvie hanging out in the
Sylvie's
jungle.
not gonna let that happen. That's my jungle.
Yep, getting into it. And eventually, I expect from Sylvie, we'll see a lot of what we saw before. Once that initial tower goes down, she's on defensive duty around the base. But for now, it's pretty much one of the only opportunities as that defensive player that she has to go and acquire these camps.
Sylvie shooting at Jojo. Jojo running. Jojo's like, not today.
One thing to consider with this map as well, since it is the Game 3 map, only Team S Major has played on it since Hannah's team did 2-0 in their semifinal.
That is very true. I wonder if Team S Major is going to have some tricks, advantages they could use.
Considering that Owen in the interview was talking about what they learned when they were able to go on Candy Peaks the first time. So now you have to imagine they're taking the same approach here. It was a Hannah Rose elimination, but still early on, just opportunities to get some of this extra golden mana and like.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna die.
Shooting at fruit shooting at puns.
I need to go get
What violent fruit.
He used his ability on.
So getting some of these early deaths here, as well as some of the team and individual upgrades. But this is
jumped me. But
Hannah face to face with Fruitberries. Wow, how does Fruitberries make it seem so effortless?
He's so calm. He's like, oh, Hannah's here. I gotta kill her.
Doing the same thing on earlier maps too. Just going, I'm gonna go through the jungle and I'm just gonna kill everyone and everything that I see. All right.
I'm on your side as well.
He's a chill dude. He's like,
Yeah, me and
it's just Minecraft.
Hannah's here.
I love the contrast of that though, when you see an action-packed moment like this, like Hannah, getting into
coming in, getting that revenge. Scott just sniping Hannah. That was amazing.
What a great shot. I mean, there's been some amazing landings of the projectiles, and you can tell those are elements where the familiarity, because these are Minecraft players and kind of having this
Tulabot over here. Oh my god, half a heart. That could have gone either way, but Sylvie just gets it in the end. Bullish getting Jojo, Plum's getting Owen.
Everybody's wanting to get some of the
Oh, upside down.
now as well. Chat coming through with the influence once again, throwing us into the upside down. I wish I could do that. You ever see when people can just walk an entire room while on their hands, and you're like, how?
I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I feel like they're doing. They're just,
Right?
Yeah. Look at my upper body strength. Somehow also while floating above the ground.
I can invite her.
I wonder if that like changes how they fight. Like
That's a part of it.
Yeah, how does it really actually
They're smart enough to not
alter kind of some of their engages here?
Jojo going after Hannah. Fruit also right behind Jojo.
Bit of a
Also wanted a piece of Hannah right here.
Now Fruit just hiding right there. Where'd you come from?
Fruit was not behind Jojo after all.
Looking like a battle royale for a minute, just camping in a corner and saying, "So no,
Hey, what's up?"
But alas, so right now, 5 minutes into the game, Upside Down is now over, but we haven't really seen any of those attempts to chip onto the towers just yet. Even though it is still early, it feels like some teams were electing to at least attempt to get a hit or two. And maybe some of that is just the way that the jungle is constructed.
It might be, it might be. Yeah, before we, like, even by this time, we would have seen some of the Wither Towers having some of their hearts gone.
And to be fair, I do like this adjustment actually.
I do too.
When you're not doing as much damage at the top and you're making all of that way, Fruitberries though.
But it's fine. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good shot.
A little trouble in paradise.
I think it's way more of an advantage. Use your time, get the mobs, get the gold. No one's going after Jerry though. We've seen this So many times with these teams, they're not going for the tier 3 mob. They're just like, we don't need it. I don't need it.
That is something that I wonder, and maybe even get to talk to the players about it later, why both teams in the finals, all 3 maps, they just decided that the tier 3 mobs were not worth it.
I would also like to hear that too, because we saw for the 3rd place match, they still went for the tier 3 mob.
Scott's chasing
And it's
me.
almost
Scott's
that,
just chasing me.
you
I'm
talk about
running
a
for you
tournament
guys.
meta
Oh,
that
God.
develops, but a lot of times an in-match meta, and the more that these 2 teams specifically are playing against each other, they start adopting the enemy team strategy, especially when you're not as familiar yet in exactly what the meta strategy is, because it's so new and you think, oh, they're not going for it, maybe we shouldn't either, not worth taking the fight, because it could be a baiting opportunity in the end.
Could be.
They don't know. We know that it's not, but they don't know it.
Okay, sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Selby's low.
This is just a little bit of...
Selby's low.
Seems like no one's really hunting down the other team right now. It's more of, okay, you're coming to the same camp at the same time as me. I'll try and get the pick just to deny your XP. More about that denial while you focus on your farming up and getting the team strong, durable, and damage dealing.
CBK's in the mid. CBK's in the middle.
Giving to comms, calling out player locations. Going after Scott.
He's low, right?
One heart. Oh my god.
That was a close one.
I wonder if CPK shot him a little bit as well.
Yep.
Seems like something
I
of
killed
that
Sam when
might
he
have
uses regen
happened,
as
but
well,
as
so-
Major now off of that can just continue to go farm through. Has the reinforcements of Owen here as
I'm
well.
vibing.
Always
I feel
better with
just
the numbers
tanky.
advantage.
I don't think I actually am. I just feel it.
But I actually would be curious because it does seem like they're chatting a lot. I'd love to be able to hear what team S Major is spitting up in the storm in their comms.
Right. Oh, the combo.
And that's it.
Combo? Okay. What if I can get there, Skrelly?
Yeah, I'm pushing the left side right now to try and clean up all the mobs that they didn't get yet.
Scoop, 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 bloop.
Okay,
They're all there. Like,
There's a nice little mob respawn. That was good timing.
It sounds like
they're all just chasing me.
they're dividing.
Oh my god, go for the bed, go for the base. Oh, sorry, bed. Oh my god. Pull it, foolish, go, foolish, go. Oh, wait, never mind.
I'm just farming.
I do love the veracity
foolish,
with which
do
Team
that.
is pushing forward these comments. Like, even if you do have to call back on it and say never mind, you always want to commit to a play. They say even committing to a play that's not optimal is better as long as you're all
Hannah just running through. Not really taking advantage of being in the base, just saying, oh god, there's more people here than I thought.
A stronghold of the defense for Team S Major. 2 members of Team Hannah Rose coming forward. Puns being one of them, taking a lot of tick, tick, tick damage. Ultimate used. Ingus fire everywhere on both sides. Puns falls at the hands of JoJo.
Great defensive fire by blue team. But Puns opting to ultimate right in. Not enough though.
Not quite, but good on the attempt. Because that was an adaptation. It does
What if
feel
your
like
mob spawned inside a tree?
everyone in
so you can't
this
get it?
final, they have been using their ultimates more, catching on to that, okay, I'm wasting too many of my resources. If I don't clear out that bar so I can regen it again,
Over the middle now?
even if it doesn't work out, that is still better than what you lose by not using it at all until later.
Oh my god, it's like playing video games and you're like, I gotta save all these items just in case I need them, and then you never use them.
Yeah, exactly. And especially this early into the game, because later there's something to be said. If you use an ultimate, if it doesn't go well, then the enemy team can say, okay, that's a resource they don't have. Let's try and punish that. But right now, no one's going into the base. No major objectives are being fought over, like the tier 3 mob. There's nothing that you really lose too much if that goes to the wayside.
I just want to point out that JoJo double kill right there.
Another double.
What happens when JoJo starts getting double kills on the war? It seems like this is a good strategy for Team S Major when JoJo starts to come online.
Will the more double kills she gets, will she turn into JoJo?
So if it's a bunch, like let's say she gets a triple kill in the quadrant, then is it JoJo?
Top 3, guys.
Direct correlation between the number of
kills and the Joes. JoJo going in for some cheeky hits.
A bit more delayed than she's done in the past, but I think now it's kind of the time over to the 10-minute mark. That mid game you can start doing so.
They use their
eliminated by Foolish,
Yeah.
so some abilities being thrown down around this Wither Tower.
Respawn timers are pretty short right now, so it's not too big a loss.
Not too much just
She's
yet.
doing her ult. CBK is stuck in place. Hannah can just run around,
Okay, not bad, not bad.
not losing anything.
I'm going to heal.
I
Getting
like
some
the
more
target
hits. Just getting
selection.
some more hits.
Ah.
Jojo trying to respond.
Okay. Oh, he's right here.
Saying, oh, okay, I was trying to hit this tower. They came after me. Let me go see if I can get some hits on the other.
Oh yeah.
But nice defense here. You can see
I'm dead.
Puns wanted to try and turn
have a lot
around
of
and
gold,
try and
though.
output a little bit of damage because
Yeah.
I think he realized that he wasn't safe and there was
Oh,
no way
yeah.
he was escaping those multiple members. But
Gotta try something.
11 and a half minutes in and not a single tower has fallen. Sometimes in MOBAs too, teams will start playing a little more reserved the closer the game gets.
Yeah.
Do you feel like with the players and how well you know them, is that a tendency that you think they might go towards?
I think so, especially more strategy-heavy teams. I mean, everything's on the line. This is the last game. We should play more safe. We should really know what we're doing. We don't want to take any chances. We want to make sure we have the advantage before we go in, you know?
Is the wrong call can make the difference for right
Sam
now.
thinks we can
And
cheese the
Jojo taken
slime,
down by
whatever that
Hannah.
means.
Cheese meister in here.
Slot. So Hannah, every time that she's getting one of these kills, making sure to find the next camp so that she can
I gotta kill him
continue to garner
Foolish.
the
I'm pushing their Wither. I'm
resources.
pushing their
Oh,
Wither.
here comes Fruit.
Yeah. Oh, and Fruitberries loves to go on these runs. I took out my enemy in the jungle. Now I'm taking down this tower. Oh
No
no.
one here. No one here.
Nobody.
Oh, here they come. Here they come.
Oh, there they
And
are.
Fruit's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I did
Did so
a
much
ton of
damage
the
too, and I
mid
feel like Fruitberries has gotten extremely comfortable with the Banjax character.
Oh,
and
yeah.
knowing just how much space he can create, but
Yeah.
right now some fire and douse to
Oh,
pot him.
takes down Puns. Fruit's happy about that one.
Yes, and now he can just push right back towards the tower.
Oh,
Sylvie is here.
Sylvie's like, Sylvie's waiting until Hannah gets there. Wants to regroup. Strength in numbers. Especially with Sylvie being a tank character. She needs the attacker to come help her.
Sylvie is probably going to be more on that kind of goalie-like duty from here on out in the game.
Which is a very smart play to do.
Yep, she's been doing that every single time. Very, very effective with it. And the power that it offers when Hannah Rose, for instance, comes to just put out a bit more of the damage, as you're saying, really able to synergize in that way. And taken down Jojo, though. So this camp is hers.
Yeah, and I saw Sylvie has full mana. She is ready to use that ultimate whenever she needs to as well.
And whereas some of the others are saying, oh yeah, use them, make sure that you fill, so you can start filling that bar. I feel like this is one of the cases where that nuance comes in. As the defender at the base, you don't necessarily want to willy-nilly throw that out. Takes a long charge time. If you don't use it there, you can use it in a team fight later. You have the damage of the towers. Right now, lots of damage coming from
trying to get
the
us there.
side of
Going for
Hannah.
Jerry. Thank God.
Make sure we.
Are we bad people for just wanting to see Jerry?
I want to see Jerry die.
Kill Jerry!
Oh, it was taken by Team S Major. Oh my God!
One hit away.
Puns died.
Puns cannot believe it. One hit away.
Technically killed him. And then they had the opening.
Sylvie's here. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Poor Puns killed by Jerry. Oh, and going for Sylvie.
So get away from her.
All the way in. Sylvie's ultimate dying
we used
to
that level.
Hannah Rose, but Sylvie's ultimate did quite a lot there.
And I love it, the way that she held it in the times prior and now used it so effectively. Sylvie has been amazing playing Tulabot.
Jojo
try and
having
make
to
a
wait
push.
20 seconds to respawn.
It's fine, bro. It's fine. It doesn't
Luckily,
matter.
they aren't pushing the base yet.
Puns, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Farah,
by
we are
accident.
15 minutes in and there's not a single tower down.
Oh my God, you're
I feel
so
like
right.
that's very different from the last maps that
I
we've been
think so
watching
too. They're being so safe this time. Trying to get fruit berries. They're
He's
both
running back
rabbits. They're
towards
both
the-
fast. Fruit can't really get away. He's engaging.
Oh, turning it around, trying to use everything he can in the speed to dodge the attacks that for a moment Hannah had,
but now she goes.
Takes her. Fruit takes her down.
Yes. All right. Do you enjoy more when it's two of the same characters fighting each other?
I do. I don't like that.
Bunny v bunny.
Bunny v bunny. Pon's doing what Pons does best, of course. Sneaking around, taking advantages.
First tower down of this map thus far at 16 minutes, immediately funneling that into the crystal. No reason to go elsewhere.
And that is a slow response by Team SB. Taking down JoJo.
Pons the Pyro in full effect here to take down JoJo and take down the crystal. One lane completely opened up for the team. But look on the map. Look at the right side of your screen. We lost three towers and one crystal in totality during these engagements.
What we didn't see is the other side.
Oh gosh, both teams playing so safely up until that moment and finding the opening meant that it cracked open on both sides of the map. And now, while Team Hannah Rose was putting in the work, it's almost, I would say somewhat even. Well, having two towers down, it means that you only have one damage output, but at the same time, you do eventually have to take down a crystal. So
You do.
difference is only minute to some degree.
I'm pretty sure on the red team, that other tower is very, very low. Oh, and he's like, I know this. I know what this is. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, Hannah burned all. She
chat.
didn't hit me at all.
Hey, come find me. Even calling out to the rest of the team, they didn't hit me at all. And part of Fruit Berry's role
Oh, their base is like,
feels
they have
like
like
it has
one
been
person
saying,
there.
come chase the rabbit.
Yep.
Come chase the rabbit until I give you a blue and red pill.
Now it's his time to use the ult. He gets both of them in his ult. He's hopping around. He's going fast. He wants this.
What trade though? JoJo also getting eliminated.
Oh, can he
here.
get? He takes down Sylvie before going down himself to Foolish. But look at that crystal, Gabby.
Oh, that crystal, a single heart standing. All
Every
towers down for Team
crystal.
Hannah Rose though.
All three of those crystals are so low.
This puts a lot more pressure on Sylvie as the defender
Why
of
couldn't
the
I
base.
recall?
Oh, it
So
really
dumb.
does.
But she loses so much of the damage output because of the elimination and totality of the towers.
Everyone needs to sit there.
Oh, yes.
Can you heal?
Yeah, Team S Major still has two of the towers up. That is very advantageous to them. Oh, he's a porcupine. Look at that. Look at Punch's porcupine cosplay.
You saw me.
JoJo coming in, freezing him, taking him down.
Why couldn't I recall? That's so
Tried
dumb.
to get the AoE fire out, but wasn't in time. JoJo gets the kill, but fairly low. Has to heal up herself with the golden apple.
Ice v Fire. Ice coming out on top this time.
Oh wait!
Oh, Hannah found JoJo in the jungle. JoJo was already pretty low. Her golden apple did not have enough time to bring her up to health.
All on me by their
way. Still needing some additional time. But if you're looking at Team Hannah Rose, I know there's a lot of Hannah Rose fans in the audience.
Here comes Fruit. He wants the rest of those crystals.
Oh, and
he
that
is
one was
so
low.
speedy. He is so fast.
He has to go for the duel.
He's got to go back. He wants to go back.
Crystals, they just have one left.
They want to force this duel. He has to either
Gotta go back.
go for it.
I wonder if he's waiting for his cooldown for the speed boost.
Yeah. It's just two of them at their base.
Using his apple. Wants that armor.
On the crystal, on the crystal.
Ignoring
Get the wrong
Sylvie,
crystal,
going straight for the crystal.
Oh,
Getting
one more, one more,
another.
one more.
Really, he got all three crystals there.
Not even having to die just yet. Now Sylvie does have some additional
I'm dead,
assistance from the rest of the team, so they take down Fruit Berries. But that is an exposed Ender Dragon. There
We have Pons here. Doing in kind, doing the same thing that Fruit did.
Oh, but there's an AoE fire right here with Angus that makes that difficult. Still manages to do so. Has the healing, has the utility available to prolong his staycation within
but
the enemy
blue
base.
team already getting the dragon down to 60% health. Getting them out.
Oh.
What can Pons do? Pons is being flanked by two. Not quite. One little bitty crystal left is all that protects their dragon. Hannah coming in, wants the crystal for herself.
the same way Fruitberries has been operating. Hannah can do the same. She's in the duel right now. Did manage to take down all the crystals, though.
Taken down, though.
A lot gained, though, for the death. 2 exposed dragons.
Oh my god! Of course, it's going down to this on game 3 of the finals. Oh my god.
I hope we base race
As soon as
again.
you
I
get
hope we
into
base
going in,
race
I'm
for
gonna
our
use my
third map.
resistance
My heart's
main
pounding.
for
My
behind
adrenaline
you,
is
but I'm also a
pumping.
bit
I
slower.
can't imagine what these players feel right now.
It is tough, and like we said before, I think on the side of Team Han Rose now, it's not necessarily enough to have Sylvie there because she needs that additional damage assistance without the towers.
They're
and that's
going
why
in.
they're
They're
closer.
just ignoring. They really want this dragon. We have another coming in. Scott coming in, trying to hit the dragon. And they won!
Team S Major with the victory!
Let's go. They're doing the shrug.
Phenomenal performance from Team S Major, the winners of your Minecraft MOBA. Let's get them up here on the stage. All right, Captain S Major right next to me, please. Everybody else line up in a V going that way. All right, congratulations on the win. Talk us through what just happened there.
Honestly, it's a blur, but it was insane. I think the fact that like we had to kind of do 3 rounds each time meant we knew all the maps, so it gave us an advantage like they had in the first round. But our team comp, our communication, and our skills made us win. And I'm so happy I couldn't have done it without my team, my amazing team.
I mean, you all absolutely crushed it. Here is your trophy. You will all be getting one, don't worry, okay? But hold it up. Congratulations yet again. All right, I've got to ask you, Fruitberries, because I feel like you were having some of the most fun. I was watching you deliberately troll people while you were competing. Like how? Everyone else was so lasered in focus and you were busy messing with everyone.
I don't know. So our team was really calm. So I was able to very often go in and make these solo plays, try to like, while the team was getting team upgrades, I try to focus on like a good sword and stuff. And yeah, it enabled me to just like go super aggressive when I needed to.
Well, I think you having fun made everybody else enjoy watching it. So thank you for that. I mean, we saw incredible plays out of all of you. I want to give you an opportunity to shout yourself and your whole squad out. I mean, obviously everyone knows you, but just in case anybody watching at home doesn't.
Okay, well, I am S Major. This is Fruitberry, CBK, Jojo, and Orange Juice TV. Mage 12s, they're all amazing people, and that's why I picked them, and I couldn't have won with a better team.
Fantastic job yet again, but chat, it's also time to reveal your MVP with some help from Pizza Hut. But first, Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back with the sauce poured right on top of that thick, crispy square crust. Get yours today. So now let's unbox our MV pizza to see who the winner is. Yeah, who do you... It's Hannah Rose! I'm the MVP pizza! Hannah Rose! Congratulations for being our MV pizza. But that's a wrap for Minecraft MOBA. But don't go anywhere. The creators for Apex Legends Mode Mashup are in the building. We're getting ready for battle next. This is Twitch Rivals live from TwitchCon. Welcome back to the Twitch Rivals Arena presented by Verizon. We just wrapped up an amazing debut of Minecraft MOBA. Now, earlier in the show, our analysts made some bold claims about things that they thought would happen during the tournament. And now it's time to see if they came true or not. This is Brave Stakes presented by Crypto.com. All right, we're gonna have to refresh everybody's memories on what your predictions were. Latigris, we'll start with you.
I started with Team Purple. And then that didn't work out. So then I went to Team Hannah Rose, and then that didn't quite work out.
So you're the two-time, but on the wrong side of things. You know what?
Just keep it. I'm the two-time.
It happens. It happens. And then Kara, what happened with your prediction?
Well, I predicted Team S Major would win the whole thing because I'm at a bit more of an advantage because I know the players. I know how they work together. Oh my God, look at that twerk circle. That's my team right there. That's my team. This is why I knew they were gonna win.
Yeah, it's always the showmanship that comes through. That's how you win games, baby.
Well, in this specific instance, Kara, you were the one that won. But that does it for today's Brave Stakes. Download the Crypto.com app today. Fortune favors the brave. Now, that's not all we have, okay? We've got one more Minecraft-related surprise. First of all, we could not do a Minecraft event without getting Pikaclicks up here to chat with us. The massive name that you've been seeing on the screen the entire time, the brains behind this entire event. Pikaclicks, come up on stage with us and let's have a chat. Guys, welcome. Welcome, Pikaclicks, to the stage. What are you doing? Wow. Unappreciative.
Unappreciative.
I'm happy you're here, Pikaclicks. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Latigris.
Yeah. So I very much am excited about everything that you brought today. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I wanted to ask you, what allowed you to come up with this wonderful idea to build a MOBA inside of Minecraft?
So I've always thought Minecraft had a lot of potential for a competitive format, and my buddies over at Space Station Gaming and their side project Airlock, they got me into a call with Twitch, and we just brainstormed for a couple hours, and this is the conclusion we came to. We think MOBAs are really flexible, and it's an easy way to make something that we can mold it into something that works for Minecraft, even if it's not native to it.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Now, how much inspiration did you take from MOBAs directly?
So we've got a lot of different elements from a lot of different games. We focused on the map structure from Smite, the leading mechanics from League of Legends. We wanted to focus on PvE from probably a little more out there, but Pokemon Unite, we like the idea of PvE being more of a resource to cultivate than an obstacle. So we've tapped into all of those different games, as well as some others like Overwatch that's technically a MOBA, even though people don't see it as one. But yeah, it's a lot of them.
Well, everything that you've done, Pikaclicks, I think a lot of people were a fan of. I mean, we've got a tweet that is evidence of that, okay? Because it was just so good that everyone on social media is getting very hyped about it. And this tweet says, this Twitch Rivals right now basically playing League in Minecraft is pretty smart. I feel like this should be a thing, right? Well, it is a thing because Twitch Rivals and Pikaclicks are teaming up for Minecraft Competitive League. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Twitch Rivals Minecraft Competitive League series begins on November 1st and will include 8 events throughout November. 8 teams will battle for $100,000 on the same amazing MOBA server that we're using here today. Pikaclicks, how excited are you about this and what are your expectations for the first season of MCL?
Well, right off the rip, I'm looking forward to seeing a metagame develop. You know, everyone playing here, they did a great job, but they're new to the game. I think there's a lot more to learn, a lot of different strategies to come up with, a lot more rebalancing for me and my team to deal with. And it's going to be a really good time seeing people like my buddy Josh Fruitberries be even more of a mega sweat than he was today, get the buckets out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for coming up here and chatting with us, walking us through this whole new mode and helping us announce MCL, because the first MCL event on November 1st will be presented by our partners at Capital One. In the spirit of that, Wavepunk is standing by for a special edition of our Community Quest.
Okay, folks, hope you guys are ready. That's right, it's time for the Capital One Community Quest, where one lucky fan can win big. I'm here joined by Jenna. Jenna, say hello.
Jenna, hi.
Hello. Were you here for the Minecraft action?
Yes.
Okay, who were you rooting for?
Team Hannah.
Team Hannah. Oh, I was rooting for Team Hannah too. It was a close one there, but she'll get the revenge in the future. All right. Now, how much archery have you done in your life?
0.
0. Okay, well, we're going to talk through the rules of how this works. It's going to be very simple. You can stand on that X right there for me. We're going to talk about how this works. Jenna is going to have 30 seconds to try and hit as many targets as possible. There's 5 boxes over here. You can hit each target one time. You may retrieve arrows and reshoot as many times as you want within that 30-second period. At the end, each box is worth $100. There's $500 you can get. Are you ready, Jenna? Okay, let me begin. Pick up your first arrow. Pick up the first bone arrow. Are you ready? Set. Go! Oh, close one. You gotta get this on the string. It should be okay. Ah! Load the string behind it there. Also close. Yes, put it in the try that. And then pull the arrow, and then let go of the arrow. Wow, we really are learning how to do archery on the fly here, folks. There we go. Oh, they haven't started the clock yet, so we're gonna get one practice arrow here, okay? So here, watch. See here, you're holding the string. Hold the arrow, and then let these fingers go. Yeah, just hold it by. Yep, there you go. And now do it. There it goes. Make sense? Okay, that was a practice shot. Let's go. Now you pull it, you put it in the front. This way. Ooh, there we go. And then remember, grab just the arrow. All right, cool. The clock is going now. Let's grab another one. There you go. Good idea, good idea. Remember, just grab the arrow. Just hold the arrow. There we go. Woo! Oh, so if you hit one, you hit one. 20 seconds left. Oh, that was 2. Let's go. Oh, there. There you go. You improve fast. Okay, time to get this one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and a half. Oh, 0. Close one, Jenna. Close one, Jenna. But you got 2 boxes. That's $200. What are you going to do with the $200?
I have no idea.
No idea, folks. Well, hey, Jenna, thank you so much for playing today. Appreciate you learning archery on the fly with us. That's our Capital One Community Quest, folks. Big shout out to Capital One, official bank and credit card of Twitch Rivals, and a presenting sponsor of TwitchCon San Diego. If you're here at TwitchCon, bring your Capital One debit or credit card to unlock exclusive discounts on merch and a cardholder express line at the Loot Cave. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA member FDIC. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back for some Apex Legends action right here on Twitch Rivals.